Hello, folks, and this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. Yeah, I'm having voice issues tonight, so I will get through this broadcast as best as I can. And it really sucks that, you need your voice to get through these broadcasts, but I don't have much of one tonight, but I didn't want to miss this show. Yeah, I'm drinking on some honey lemon tea. And look, tonight I will let anybody who has smoke for each other. I'll let you get on this panel. And I really wanted to speak on this type of thing, because it was yet again another jab at the Sips. Because it's it's a pathetic thing, I would say, and I don't like these guys. I don't. I don't care for them. And I think that they are a problem that needs to be solved. So before we get into it, and I hope that my voice isn't too much of a strain on your ears. I can't give you my usual country Alabama drawl tonight. So let me give some shout outs in the chat. Okay, shout out to RPM. Was good. Long live the habitual line steppers. Can't see in red. I'm listening. Um, Toya the tutor was good. Thank you for stopping by once again. And welcome to Smoke Show Sundays, everyone. Let me give a shout out to my members. Also, thank you guys for your continued support from month to month. And they are as follows: D. Scott, Greg, Aaron P., Phil Brad, Zentober, Toya the Tutor, Indigo Flow, Go Professor, D Rock Den, and American Negro. Yeah, speaking on Toya the Tutor, and this is for the replay gang as well, because you guys are very important to this. Go check out Toya the Tutor's channel. She did a very good interview with Indigo Flow earlier. And I discovered that the three of us have something in common. We're all musicians. Indigo Flow is very musically inclined. Toya the Tutor used to play the trumpet. That's an instrument that I played in elementary, high school, and in my adult life. I used to play for my church as well. So that was a good, um, interesting fact that I discovered. You know, you know, we all have something in common, and we sometimes we don't even know. Raining Woman was good. Don't ruin my zen. That is something that I would never want to ruin anyway. Uh, I'm gonna do like famous R&B artist and answer your question. I woke up like this. Yeah. So yeah, cool stuff going on in this space. That's correct, but there's some not so cool stuff going on in this space, and uh, I was watching a certain broadcast earlier, and and it made me understand and realize that I am a very unique kind of married man. I don't go along with a lot of the crap that other married men go along with in this space. And I'm here to tell you guys that, for the most part, especially you anti black manosphere losers, that I am not like you. Just because I'm married doesn't mean I'm going to sit up here and simp. You have lost your ever loving minds. if you believe that shit, and I'm married or unmarried. I have no respect for neutered Sims. I think you niggas are moist. I really do. Jim Murph was good. Can you guys, are my words coming out? At least, can you at least understand what I'm saying? Because if not, I could just end this broadcast early and try it again next Sunday with the smoke show. Because I gotta say this. Oh, truism, the storm crow returns. What's up, man? I gotta say this, man. This is probably the most smokeless smoke show on YouTube right now. You sound tired, boss. No, I'm not tired. My voice is just gone, and it's just it. that- Your voice is something you need for YouTube, but I mean, I couldn't let you guys down and not give you this smoke show. But I mean, there were so many glaring accusations today, and as always by these old anti-black manosphere goofs. Um, we actually got a Cynthia G comparison, and it's like for me, I don't know about a lot of you guys, but that is like the dumbest fucking shit that I've ever heard. I mean, this whole thing with sisterhood and sisterhood simps always trying to compare us to horrible fucking women just because we call ourselves a black manosphere. That like, here's the thing about me. If I don't like what you're saying, I don't listen to you that much. Just like those goofies that, I was trying to deal with last week, but they didn't have the balls to show up. Uh, yeah. Clever acronym, by the way. I have to give you credit for that. Rainy Woman said, "Is your throat itchy? How this happened before? Has this happened before? I'm concerned about you causing damage to your vocal cords. If you're dealing with laryngitis, please don't do this tonight." I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I woke up, man. I think what happened was I slept with the window open and it was a little cold, and I slept a little late and then I woke up and then my voice just started uh, making a downward climb and it's just now I sound like this. So, yeah, so um, I'm not able to talk in my Alabama accent. I mean, you may be able to still hear it a little bit, but yeah, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm sipping on a cup right now, actually. Hurry up and buy what's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this for a minute, because yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Anyone with any smoke or anybody, or primarily myself, because I mean, if you're going to be a black manosphere hater, I'm saying that I claim the black manosphere. So anything that you have to say, you can say it to me, and you probably won't get much pushback. You'll probably get open ears tonight. But believe me, when my voice comes back, it's on and popping. So there's the link. Can't see it red says sounds like the DLC. Yeah, yeah, that was a career cut short without somebody actually dying. DLC was a fire ass rapper. In Nigeria, we gargle with water and salt to relieve the discomfort. Okay, so there it is. I dropped the link. Let's see if somebody comes up. Like that person that, you know, he said that he was gonna come up and, you know, Rainy Woman said the beef with TBBT is kind of silly. I don't believe there's an actual beef. In order in order for it to be an actual beef, I have to actually take you seriously, and I don't take those guys seriously, not at all. I mean, I give any credit where credit is due. If it's an exciting beef, but it's the shit. In order for it to, be an actual beef, you have to actually say some things that move me enough to trigger. And those guys are too boring for me to be triggered by it. So, hey, I mean, they they can take that how they want to take it. But hey, I'm not moving back from what I said about them. They are boring as fuck. And I'll say it again, and they can make another broadcast if they want. But I'm not going to respond to it this time. I'm just going to hold steadfast to whatever my opinion is. Hey, yeah, you're right, Wayne and Woman. It is a silly beef. It really is. Because it, the thing is, uh, I go with this philosophy that, you should do everything you can as long as you're on this platform to concentrate on the growth of your own channel. It is no use in me beefing with people, beefing with individual content creators. If I have an issue with you, I'm going to say it and I'm going to use very few sentences and you can take it or leave it. So, yeah. But the thing is, you know what means the most to me out of all of this? The people who support me every week. And it doesn't have to be supporting so much with money. You support me with your viewership. You support me with pressing like. You you support me by watching the replays, making comments, participating in the chat, and and that's just what it is. That means more to me than anyone's negative opinion. But just in case somebody wants to have a issue with whatever I said in any broadcast last week, um, this week, um, and it, any week here's henceforth, I made this smoke show. Yeah, there goes my first cup of honey lemon tea. So Lewis Conyer and McDrama Bear was good. Yeah. So hey, somebody give me a reason to keep this broadcast open. I mean, there's plenty of ways you can do that. You know, I mean, some would say, super chat. Some would say a cash app. You know, but the biggest thing that you can do, especially if you're one of these um, Black Manosphere haters, is to hit that link. And Roguish the Buildmonger, was good, man. But I'm gonna have to disagree with you on something. I, although you have respect for Sister George and Concrete Rose guest today, I have no respect for Super Sly 75 whatsoever. And some one of his pussy ass followers can go back and tell him what I said. I got no respect for the guy. Period. I mean, I don't 100% disagree with him, but um, I don't like 95% of whatever he says. So, I mean, McDrama Bear was good, man. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate the love and support I get from you guys. Really. So, like I said, anyone that wants to step up, I already dropped the link. And for those of you who might have missed that first link, which I mean, you can scroll up. Here's that link again. Whether I'm at half strength or whether I'm at full strength, it's a lot more strength than some of you. So what do I mean by moist niggas? And let me tell you something, man. I actually like the female channels. I actually do. I actually like the female channels. You know why I like the female channels? It exposes a lot of moist ass simps. It exposes them. I don't have to use guesswork in order to know who you guys are. You put yourselves on Front Street, and the ladies do a very good job with exposing that, whether they wanna whether they wanna believe that shit or not. You know, I mean, although that show today that was on their channel was bullshit, and it really was. I can dig it because, like I said, it exposed a lot of simps. And like I said, as far as these married simps, I'm not like you guys at all. I'm not. I'm married, but I am not a simp. I don't let the matriarchy run me. I've seen that kind of thing growing up, and even within my own family, I've seen it. And I promised myself that I'm not gonna crumble and be a weak bitch. I'm not gonna do it mentally, emotionally, and especially physically. Physically, I'm a strong guy even at my age. Sometimes I give my wife a hug and I hug her really tight, and she's like, "Kev, you don't know your own strength. You need to listen to what your grandmother said. God rest her soul. You don't know your own strength, bro." But I have one thing that I cherish, possibly even more than my physical strength, is my mental strength. There's not very much. There's not very much a person can say that I actually break me. Like seriously, I mean, I do get pissed off when people start to target my family with insults because they don't like me. Yeah, I get really pissed off with that. And as a man, I know how people sometimes feel when some people say as a man, but as a man and as a black man, you're not coming for my family without me, ripping your fucking throat out. Like by the time I'm done with you, you'll be sounding worse than me at this point. That's just what it is. Uh, yeah. Rainy Woman asked a question: why does disagreeing with someone have to turn into a dislike, hate, and beef in the black manosphere? Does the purpose of it only apply to those who subscribe 100% to it? I mean, my thing is, if you have a grievance, go to the guys that are mature enough to have that dialogue. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a beef, so to speak. Like it doesn't have to be that because Lord knows that black men beef enough. We beef enough, and it's to our own detriment. And it's not something that I want. It's not something that I really push for. I really wish the beef it would stop because beefs can get extremely ugly, especially if you got So, yeah, especially you got a lot of energy on both sides because really it takes you away from your purpose. It takes you away from the things that you could be able, and would be able to do in order to have some positive forward motion. Um, so, man said, RPM said, Kev, you got to get you a jar of Manuka honey. It's expensive, but worth every penny. Uh, Drama Bear said Rogish asked Rogish for his hot toddy recipe. It could help with your throat. Okay, well, uh, it'll probably help with my throat some other time. It doesn't have to turn into that, but a lot of times I notice is it's not even about what's being said. It's about not liking the person saying it. And what is that for? Who are you doing this for? Who are these guys doing this shit for? Seriously. I mean, I can understand if it was completely wrong. Oh, by the way, shout out to Timekeeper. Thanks for being here. I mean, it is what these guys is what there's is what we're saying completely wrong. Um, I mean, I can understand if we were wrong and inaccurate and spreading lies and slander, but can't nobody tell me where the lie is? Can't nobody tell me, you know, how it's slander? I mean, if it's true, keep it 100. I will try my best to be there on Wednesday. I mean, even to hop on the panel. Your first Let's Talk SBE broadcast was pretty good, and hopefully this broadcast coming up will be even better. So, um, yeah, yeah. And like I said, I'll say this. I'm really sorry I sound like this because we got 32 in the building. You know, uh, listening to me sounding like shit. So you guys are the absolute best. God damn, really? I got a dislike. I got a dislike already. I bet you that is the same person. It's the same person that does these dislikes. I mean, one already. So we got to play the video.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
They probably don't like the way I sound. So what? Information Man show. Information Man had a very good show today. And I was watching his show before I tuned into Toys. On the suicide among black youth. It was very informative, and I mean, as a father of a very young child, it reinforces all my concerns with my child growing up, and wanting her to be the absolute best human being that she could possibly be, and knowing and understanding, excuse me, that she has two parents that love her very much. So, Information Man, that broadcast today really raised my awareness, and it was it was really a departure from the BS. So, yeah, and Information Man is able to deliver whatever he says in a very easily digestible way for people to understand. So definitely just that broadcast and his channel in general, please check that out. Information Man has a very good channel. So I I, I appreciate that. I appreciate you doing that. So yeah. So and I know that I do broadcast maybe I shouldn't be so mean spirited, but Um, I like to, and this is for the audience. I like to be the bull in the china shop sometimes. Probably won't be able to fulfill that role tonight. You know, what are our topics we need pay attention to? What's up, LaShawn Jefferson? This is not really a topic. This is this is um a broadcast that I really wanted to try to make people understand is that when you continuously refer to I mean, especially on that side of the wall, you continuously refer to a group of guys as this and as that. You cannot get upset when someone from that group of guys start to push back. Whether what's going on, what's good, man. Good to see you again. Roguish. Yeah, man, you did. Yeah, you went for Obsidian's neck today, but that's between you and the old man. So, hey, I got nothing to say. Cause see, Roguish is my boy. You know, I mean, he's not exactly he's not exactly going to be what everyone wants him to be. He's what Roguish is gonna do is be Roguish, and that is and that is all anyone can ever ask is for a man to be himself. So, Roguish, like I said, I'm different from you when it comes to Super Sly, but I can respect your difference of opinion. I do. I'm not gonna be the guy that's gonna chew your head off and be like, "Oh my God, you don't agree with my philosophy, so you can go straight to he double hockey sticks." No, Roguish, I'm not gonna do that. Your Rogish is a good guy, and he is and at the end of the day, he means extremely well. So Um, yeah. So Azriel, first of his name, was good. He said, "I'm watching the playback. That shit is hilarious." Yeah. Weather said it sounds like I'm talking from a bomb shelter. What up, Faulkner? Yeah, I did. I took that suggestion from earlier. Um, I drank a cup of honey lemon tea, but this is the best it could do. So yeah, it is starting to hurt a little bit. It's hurting for me. It's hurting. It's starting to hurt a little bit. But hey, I can get through this. Keep it 100 says I wasn't mad at what he was saying. He asked some valid questions. That man's what the fuck? Sorry, no STD babies or dealing with a crazy ass chick. Said, why are we whispering? I woke up and my voice was just fucked up, man. You know, that's like I said, I slept with the window open last night and that cool draft came in and, next thing you know, I'm struggling to talk. Struggling to talk. So not like you cuss somebody out and just getting your voice back. No, I had my full voice last night. It's, I ain't got no smoke with the old man though. He came in holding his nuts and they weren't up for discussion or discourse. Yeah, I mean it be like that sometime, man. Sometimes sometimes you gotta check a nigga. Shoot. Especially ninjas that talk about putting on the wood. It's like, what the fuck are you putting on the wood? I say Kev got kicked in the throat with Rael. I bet you he wishes he could do that. I bet you he wishes. But, dudes like that don't stand a chance with me. And I mean, I could say that all day on a Wi Fi connection, but, till it comes to real life. And speaking of real life, uh, those guys always talk about some people don't talk like this in real life. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you won't hear most people talk like this in real life and they'll come to these spaces and talk like this is because that we are plagued by this thing called groupthink. And groupthink really stops you from having, you know, the conversations you need to have because these conversations are jarring and uncomfortable and not many people want to have these kinds of conversations because they are afraid of who it might offend. And, I, for one, with my family members up to a certain point, I was never afraid to have any of these conversations. But it came one point in my life, it came to, um, I just decided that it was just a waste of time. And I believe that's why most people, um, whatever side you're on, they they um, they come here to have those conversations, and that's why they don't have these conversations in real life because it makes people uncomfortable. I mean, where the fuck can they go to, you know, where the fuck can anybody go to congregate and have these conversations besides places like these? And these conversations mostly come from, well, the pushback come from weirdos that, have other kinds of conversations. Like, people sweating us for, what we say about women. And the way I see it, if we have anything to say about men, we say it about men. If we have anything to say it about women, we say it about women. But the point is this: if you are glossing over the fact that we say stuff about other dudes and you just go straight to the women, those are the kind of dudes that don't value themselves as men. And that's some moist ass shit in my book. Not valuing not valuing yourself openly. I mean, what kind of shit is that? I value myself enough to understand and acknowledge everything that I talk about. And I don't, and it's not just about women, 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 women. I mean, shit. But, it's a real problem when, we have these conversations and people try to cherry pick what they don't like. And then they say, well, that's all these niggas talk about. That's being dishonest. And we're not about being dishonest over here on this channel. We're about being brutally honest. Man said, Kiv, sound like Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, and you know what, Weather? I actually have a really good Macho Man Randy Savage impression. I just don't think I can do it now. Shoot. Chaos Rain, what's good? Sexy Red, TV reactions. Yeah, um, she asked a question, and she no, actually, she had a sentiment in the breakdowns chat because I said I'm married, and I said I'm not nothing like these guys, and she asked what are married men doing in this space, and I'm gonna answer a question right now. Whatever the fuck we want to do, whatever the fuck we want to do. Yeah, Macho Man documentary. Oh, okay. Yeah, Macho Man was one of my favorite wrestlers actually back in the day. Um, yeah, he was, and I feel like he was probably one of the victims of the Hulk Hogan era because he was such a cool like and hard in ring worker, and because of Hulk Hogan's popularity, he never really got a lot of the shine that he deserved. And the Ultimate Warrior. Shoot. So yeah, I'll be sure to. Hey, is that streaming anywhere? Where is it streaming? So I'll be sure to check it out. Uh, thank you, Sexy Red. I appreciate that. Uh, hey, but definitely, Marcus is dropping that link. Like I said, Wednesday night. I'll probably be there. I mean, and my boys will probably be mostly back by then. I mean, oh, it's on YouTube. Oh, okay. So I'll be sure to check that out. And I'm gonna drop this link again, and like I'm not gonna continue to put myself through this. I might have to just cut this show short so I can go ahead and get rested. Rest this voice. So Azrael, first of his name, said Danielle, and Courtney said courts give the mother custody because she's the better parent. If that was true, how come the kids turn out bad? They blame the absent dad instead of the present parent. Yeah, I mean that's always the case, man. It's like when the kid turns out good, they're in front, they're on Father's Day talking about I'm the mother and the father. But when the kid turns out bad, it's always daddy wasn't there. He doesn't value himself because daddy wasn't there and all this other bullshit. But see, those are the questions that they do not want to answer. That that they don't want them answered. So I mean, you can point that shit out to them all day, but then they'll go into their little angry, aggressive, insulting, and their little bullshit, and then they'll start to say stuff like, "Oh, how dare you question us?" and we're women and all this other crap, and it's just like, look, we're all adults here. If you can't handle a conversation that involves some pushback, then maybe you should not be here. But you know what? I can't tell you not to be here. The only thing I can do is make the suggestion. You can be here if you want, male or female, man or woman. You can do that. You know, I'm not God. I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. Oh yeah, and I'm not president either. I'm not. I mean, I said we're gonna get unanswered questions answered. That's the Wednesday link. Yeah. Yeah. Macho Man. I can't even do my Macho Man impression. So, like I said, This ain't gonna be too much longer. If nobody hits the link, oh, there's the link again. Because some content creator said that I don't really want no smoke. So there's the link again. Like I said, if nobody steps up, I'm not gonna put myself through this horrendous torture because it's really starting to hurt for me to talk at this point. Oh well, looky here. What's good?
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, what's going on, people? I've been on this this motherfucker all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shit. What's up, Chaos?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Yeah, man. I'm going. Hey, man. This is my promo run, man. Listen, I know the first one was bananas. You know, I didn't expect it to be what it was, but this one I'm expecting, like, and I'm letting it be known, like the same energy is coming. You know, everybody is allowed. I don't follow manosphere rules of who can be on my panels and who can't. I run my own channel, so you know, whether you're manosphere, you're anti-manosphere, you're anti whoever, or you're anti me, come on through, say what you got to say, hit that link, bring the smoke, or you got questions, we're going to speak on it. We're going to speak on things having to do with the space. We're going to speak on things having to do with certain content creators. I mean, I'm going to give my opinion, of course, like before. Mostly I'm a moderate, man. But yeah, this Wednesday, I told y'all it was coming. Let's Talk SBE Part 2. Everybody, whether you were on the first stream or you were a fan of the first stream or whatever, you can come back and you know, I will make sure that, you know, you get a chance to speak. I know it's going to be crazy because there's going to be a bunch of people on the panel talking over each other, and you know, I'm gonna make sure, man, to keep that shit fair and honest, and you know, if I disagree with you, I'm gonna tell you why, right? But for the most part, I want, you know, the panelists to air it out, and I might ask some questions or, you know, offer some responses or whatever the case may be. Listen, if somebody on the panel or in the chat come at you, that ain't my business. It's not my business to protect you or anybody else on my channel, man. Like, deal with them accordingly. If they come at you, come back at them either petty or come back at them with an intelligent response, however they came at you, man. Whatever you got to do, man. But I expect it to be something. I expect it to be entertaining, man. I got people that's already saying that they coming through. Check the community tab. I done tagged everybody. I tagged you, Kev. Chaos, I gotta tag you. I tagged a lot of people in that. So, you know, come on out, man. I'm calling the whole space to the Keep It 100 channel, man. The whole motherfucking space.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this should be a very entertaining and might I say the opposite of boring.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm on my promo tour from today all the way up until Wednesday. Hit that link, go there, hit the notification so you get reminded and everything like that. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
Word. Shout out to Dane One in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, so y'all got the floor. I mean, actually, you're helping me out by being here, and I know that you are a group of guys that don't necessarily have smoke for me, but you know, those who do have smoke have from week to week every opportunity to hit the link. So you guys
What are
got
we
it.
discussing? What are we discussing? What's on your mind?
Moist.
Sorry.
Moist niggas be moistened. I had a whole monologue, but it's just a strain for me to deliver it in a way that I feel like I should deliver it in the way Kev delivers. So, you know, go ahead. We I guess we could talk about the breakdown and what went down on that channel because Marcus, me and you had a lot to say in that chat today.
Yeah,
what happened on the breakdown? What happened on breakdown? I didn't deal with them ladies for a little minute.
allow us to explain, but I'll let Marcus do a little bit more explaining than me.
Oh, shout out to Danny. Shout out to Concrete
And
Rose.
believe me, this is this is no this is no animosity toward the breakdown.
Right.
They were a little pissed off at me because of the other broadcast I did do the Women of the Space of the Black Manosphere. They were pissed off at me for one of the reasons because of the picture I used in the thumbnail. And they thought that I intentionally used the ugliest picture they had, and I'm like, well, that was that was that wasn't on me. I mean, if you think that picture was bad, that's on you. I didn't think nothing like that because see, when you take pictures, that's you. How can you complain about how you look? But women are different than men. I understand that. So
Right.
Look, the algorithm gave you the best picture the algorithm could give you. Now, they can be mad at the algorithm, but
they
that's
have
what you Google search, and that's the picture that came up. It ain't your fault. You just did a quick Google search, and that's the picture that Google gave you. It
Hey,
ain't your
Kev.
fault. You just trusted Google. That's all it is.
Nah, don't do Google, man. Look, Danny is all of our friends on Facebook. We need to just go to Facebook, find a nice, pretty picture, and use that. And for
Look,
the
Google
future.
ain't your friend. If you go to quick Google search, Google will give the ugliest picture
Shan,
ever.
No,
Google
I
ain't your
hear you.
Facebook friend.
Shan,
No. I'm saying like
Shan,
me
we,
and Kev,
well,
we have Danny on our friends list.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So we can. I know
I
how to
got that
find a
part.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to find a pretty picture of Danny if I need to. You know what I'm saying? She's on my Facebook list, right? So it's nothing for me to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, just for future reference, right? If that's the issue, then next time you might want to go and pick from a group of pictures that she posted on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's all I'm saying.
yeah, for future reference, yeah, of course. Like,
Right.
but take it away, Marcus. So, what were your thoughts? And
I mean, it was interesting. I think for the most part, people, a lot of guys on the panel were trying to prop up marriage as this thing that single men should do. I think the conversation, I didn't see it from the beginning, but the conversation was really about us in the space trying to guide men away from marriage, like what we say about marriage is a lie or it's untrue. No, the things that we know about marriage in this country, I don't care if you're black or not, these things are true. Period. Like if you want to ignore stats and things of that nature, that's cool. And I've been saying this all day on every stream that I've been on. If you want to get married, go ahead. Go ahead. What I don't want is, the crying and anguish and moaning and groaning that comes from the shit not going your way, right?
Don't get
Um,
married after a pandemic because you were about to die, and then
fuck
all of a
is
sudden
this
you get
dude talking
married, and
about?
then it turns out to be a crappy ass marriage. Then divorce rates go up because everybody just does it because that's what's going on. Men want
listen,
marriage. We want
what,
to have something that we can count on for the rest of our lives. Women
right?
want marriage
What,
just to be married, and
shout,
that's
shout
where
out
the
to
disconnect is.
right. Shout out to Rogus because he was on the panel, but uh,
Respect.
again, I don't call married men names. I don't believe that they're simps or weak. I mean, they have the potential to be, but that their wedding ring doesn't imply that they're a simp, right? Um, marriage as a concept is definitely blue pill. It's a social construct. Okay, definitely a social construct, so it's definitely blue pill. That is not a slight against those who choose to get married. It's just a fucking fact based on the definition of blue pill. It's a social construct. It's a socially, put together ideal. It's blue pill, right?
So you're
So
speaking blue pill as primarily red pill and blue pill, or the pills as primarily relationship
no,
lenses, relationship
it's bigger than
context
that.
viewing lenses. Okay.
No, I'm not limiting red pill or blue pill to relationships. What I'm saying the marriage as a concept
Right.
is under the umbrella of blue pill, even though the blue pill umbrella is larger than relationships. So
Right.
I mean, I heard
Okay.
some of your points of views on the other stream. So me and you don't have any differences of opinion in that respect.
Right.
What again, if the space is telling men the pitfalls and the dangers of the marital contract, right?
Right.
Right. There's no
That's foresight.
right. There's no misleading
Right.
in that dissemination of information. Like if you saying what the facts are, if there's someone who wants to stop that message, they are the ones with the agenda.
Right. Right.
And that's pretty much what I'm saying, bro. That you know, the stream was filled with a bunch of people giving anecdotal experiences and things of that nature to kind of debunk the statistical data, the recorded data that we have that is true of marriage. If you want to get married, nobody's gonna stop you. They give out wedding rings and contracts every day. Is on you, right? But with everything that we know about marriage, if you choose to do that in this society, because marriage is different depending on where you live. If you go, he said he just Uncle Stewed you. Nah, man. Nah, I fucks with roguish. The thing is, you know, if you go into other cultures, other societies, marriage means something different. We're speaking specifically of, you know, Western society.
Right.
And in the Western, you know, legal court system, family court system, etc. That's what we're talking about. It's just a bad
Are
deal.
we really talking about Western society, or is this American society that
No,
just
Western.
expanded? Because we as Americans is the first one to do it. No other country start doing this until America start doing it.
That's
Yeah.
fair. What? Fine,
What?
but
I'm going into your idea. I'm just saying, America is the reason why it happened, and we didn't have any other Western countries inspire us, but we inspire the world. You
Wait,
are
right,
right,
wait,
100%.
wait,
I
yeah,
just
I-
want you to
yeah.
go deeper into why the world is thinking that way, because we made the world think that way.
Wait. What is this? What is this social phenomenon that's supposed to be exclusive to America and Americans? What are you speaking of? Marriage?
No, I think he's talking about the idea of marriage as practiced in the West. He's saying
Okay.
that.
Yes,
I think he's saying that.
America is the West, and that's now the rest of the world is practicing what we did in America. We ain't practicing what they did in the West.
The white
We are the
mentality
West.
is the West. The white mentality is the West.
Right,
Not
Chris,
And
just
that is America. That's the United
Well,
States of America.
That's
Before- hey,
Europe.
No
That's
matter
France,
what,
Hey,
that's most
hey,
of this crap is our fault. It's our country's fault. Most of the crap we dealing with is our country's fault.
Oh,
And
man.
the
Would you,
way they
hey,
believe.
Rogish, would you say that American culture sets the standard for maybe Europe, etc., or would you say that some of these ideas came from Europe and bled over into North America?
I think what North America did with the type of society that it is, it galvanized all European perspectives of foundational culture, and they just, you know what I'm saying, I guess used however they were going to America through capitalism, whatever it is, and they were going to create or whatever for the social side to power that. So
Right.
you know, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily put it on
Correct
America.
Answer.
Yeah,
Correct answer.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that some of it comes from Europe, bled over here, and then some of it bounced back. Is that fair assessment?
Yeah.
Right. So
No, you can't say some of our stuff bounced back. Most of our stuff bounced back to the world. Look at what we doing to Africa. Look at the third world nations. They all want to have something American.
no, that part is understood. What I'm saying is the laws that, you know, affect marriage and those types of arrangements, you know, a child parenting and things like that, they don't necessarily affect those areas to the same degree as North America and parts of Europe.
I
Okay.
admit they have
Legally.
tradition, and you 100%. They still keep their traditional value, but want American things. Now that is on a whole different level. They're gonna keep their family, they're gonna keep their traditions, and they're gonna keep their places they live in. respectable.
Okay, so what I
We
gotta do
don't
with
have
the
that
show
here.
that the sisters
You're
had,
right
and
on that one.
the whole reason why we speaking of marriages, of being accused of telling cats not to get married. It's like 100 said, you're not telling nobody to not to get married. What you're doing is showing through statistical data what the actual outcomes are for marriage within the society, not just for specific colors or skin colors or ethnicities or whatever, just marriage period. So
Right.
what you're doing is looking at the social institution, and that's one of the things that one chick, I forget her name, Melanie whatever, she couldn't get to understand. She kept painting the manosphere, the black manosphere as the white manosphere.
Right.
She kept painting black men as largely as being anti-black women, and it's like, well, wait a minute, no, we anti-bitch. But this is why I'll be trying to set the tone for the differences of the different classes of women. You know what I'm talking about? Is all women created equal? It didn't
If
used to be like that.
right, if the black manosphere was anti-woman, you couldn't have female manosphere, black manosphere content
Facts.
creators, and they're successful, more successful than the men. If we were anti-women, none of the men or most of the men would not listen to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically that was the gist of the conversation, is to promote marriage past the facts and things that we know about it. Numbers can't be trusted, this can't be trusted, that can't be trusted. The only thing that you have is do what we tell you to do. You should get married because we're married and we're happy, so you'll be happy. And
No. Because okay, now the thing is, I think marriage gets painted. Not. I think I've seen marriage get painted with a broad stroke of overall negativity, right? And that's like, let's say that, all right, the ending results on a societal stage. You know what I'm saying, you can pretty much understand what the dice roll is going to be, especially if you're looking at history, and if you actually been married and went through the programming of having to contend with a unnecessarily disagreeable wife. You know what I'm saying? Just even that alone. The thing is, what I was speaking of was the growth that one gains from, what I'm saying, being within a marriage, and what I'm saying, not necessarily trying to make it work, but doing what a marriage does. Not saying that it's supposed to work, that if you keep working at it, it's going to work. It's just like anything else. Everything is not a total loss, and there is some gain that you can only get self-development wise within a marriage connection. You
question
can't you
question
can't do it with a girlfriend.
question for the panel.
Gentlemen, can I clear this discussion up with both of y'all
No,
right
go ahead,
now?
bro.
No. This is what it is. We all are going to disconnect it from our personal experience and what we have to deal with, and then we going to know what it represents on the literal fact that we all going to do it if we in this position.
What?
Ukraine, Russia's going to war. Every damn man that's able to carry a gun is going to shoot or get blown the hell up. Israel, Gaza Strip. Look, listen to me. This is the point of marriage. If you willing to go to war just for your future grandchildren, because you had a wife, you got children. When bullets is flying, bombs is blowing, look, married men go to war too. And the truth is, why is he going to war?
Oh man.
I'm totally lost,
He's
bro.
trying
I'm
to
gonna be
protect his
honest with you.
marriage, his wife, his children, everything else. Every nation is on that. But see, here's the thing is, what we black men do is, if you honestly a grown black
Mr.
man,
Braithwaite.
which listen to me, you grown black man on this panel. But how many younger black men just turned 18, got their mind warped as hell, and they ain't even got no direction? Those are the next black men after you die. But you be dead, so that's their world, not yours.
Oh,
you can guide them, you can correct them, but the truth is, you a grown black man. But how many younger men that ain't even grown, but they passed 18?
Well, Shan, what does that have to do with the show that me and Marcus was talking
That
about?
got
That
everything
Kev
to do with the
inquired
show
about?
because they will be your critics, and they will go ahead and be in the group when the girls say, "Let's flag them. Let's go ahead and shadow ban them."
But they're gonna be
Guess
at war.
what them dudes
They're
gonna
but,
do?
but they're gonna be at
That's
war.
why it matters. You grown black man, but you know what? You know what? Hey, I'm just
LaShawn, no, I'm gonna play the game with you because this shit hurts. This shit hurts. So I'm gonna play the game with you. How they gonna be in the credits, but also at war? Let's go. Let's do this mathematics. Let's make the math.
I don't know, but that's what they doing. I'm just telling you, that's what they doing. I don't know.
Hey, bro.
I don't know, bruh. I'm a grown man. I don't even think that way, but I'm just letting you know that's what they doing.
Hey, bro.
Hey. I'm just the messenger.
I'm just the messenger. So obviously you must have
just the
picked
messenger.
up on what he was saying. I need you to translate that shit for me.
I ain't pick up on shit. They say I'm trying to put the math together with it.
I need a translator, yo.
Okay, here it is. You're not the baby daddy, and they raising kids that you
Jack Daniels
don't control. You understand? Look. You talking about translation?
Yes, sir.
And people translating right now. You don't understand what the hell they doing. That's what I'm saying.
You
don't have to understand me.
I'm trying.
I'm not translating into a different damn opinion of myself. Them people that's translating and it's major politics, but I'm just saying I'm a grown ass man like women. That is women. But you sitting there questioning me, but you ain't questioning all these people translating like you want translations.
Yo, my man.
Come on, bro.
Okay. What the fuck is going on here?
Okay.
Yo.
hey, let me jump in here. Let me jump in here. Let me.
Go ahead, Cam. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, yo.
Yeah, because I really I really want to hear the Marcus and Rogish were actually on the panel at the show today. You know, I really would like to get their perspective. So, Rogish and Marcus, you got the floor. And Naima, you're next.
Okay, Ro, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Nah, you go. You go. I need to get out.
Yeah, I gotta get my shit together after that shit, bro. Hey, LaShawn, no disrespect, fam. That shit was hilarious as shit. Hey, so okay, getting back to the previous program. Yeah, so marriage, right? Yeah, bear with me, trying to get it together. That was So oh shit. Oh
Yo, I was at burnout Naruto style, cuz
my lungs hurt too, bro. That took the wind out my lungs too.
I gotta do a Will Smith. Whoa!
Yeah.
Yo, okay, so again, the laws of this country, the laws of this country, man. The laws of this country is why we are where we are. And this has been the purpose of the space has been to give this information, not just information about relationships, but you know, red pill, like Rogan says, and you know, I've been saying this is bigger than relationships. It's about accepting reality as it is, not as you would like it to be.
Right.
Period. That is red pill in a nutshell, and it's beyond the conversations of relationships, but in the context of relationships, it's about accepting female nature and the nature of human beings, actually. You know, human behavior, the nature of human beings, and things like that, right? So aside from romantic relationships, also relationships with your brothers, your mother, your father, all of these things fall under the umbrella of what we would call red pill, accepting the reality of those things, even
Agreed.
accepting the reality that even your mother's a black woman and she falls under some of the same categories as these women we talk about.
Exactly.
Right. And a lot of us don't want to say that because, oh, this mommy and I love her and grandma and I love her and auntie and I love her, but they are not exempt from the shit that we talk about. So, again, trying to hinder us from giving black men this message about the realities of these relationships and the legalities that, inform these relationships. It means that you kind of don't mean black men any, like you don't want good for them. Like you kind of want, you want them to, I guess, be.
Can I just simply say it for you? And I get the hell for it. No. What they want to do is no. I'll say it. No. Let me catch the hell for it. Let me catch the hell for it.
I really do. I appreciate it.
Your name is more respectable than mine. So let me catch the hell for it.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all your goodwill and help, bro. I got this. So you don't.
I'll let you run. I'll let you run. I'll just try to be respectful.
No doubt. I appreciate you. You don't mean us well to hide this information for us and to feed us with propaganda that would handicap us in our decision making. So I'm gonna let Roguish rock because
Yeah. Already. I'm gonna take a sip before I do.
Don't take as much sips as the next man. That's all I'm saying.
No. This is a quality IPA, sure. It ain't gonna sneak up on me too bad.
No doubt. Take it easy on my man, old man.
Oh, cool, man. He just came in pissing in the corner, cuz.
I'm fucking with you, man. I'm fucking with you.
And like what Kev says, I don't agree with what Super Sly say with most of his stuff either. But as far as it goes with being a guest on the show and everything, he's a good guest. As far as it goes with his information, I don't agree with it. Some things as far as his perspective. Now, his perspective on polygamy, then I definitely agree with him on that one because, especially with his view of primarily valuing the sister wife ethos over, just the multiple wife ethos. He fleshed that out pretty well. But as far as it goes with marriage, again, the stats say what the stats say, right? I think what it is largely that one sister and sisters think like, and groups who think like her, they don't want black men flexing their agency, right? And they don't like where they fit in the position that they're defaulted to as black men flex their agency.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it is, because you got to get in where we fit you in. And they've never had to do that before.
Right.
Well, I'm glad y'all realized that.
Yes, thank you for all your help.
If you're going to support a sisterhood, you should have a brotherhood. If you're going 100% for a sisterhood and you can't go 100% for a brotherhood, nigga, you made a bad deal. I want you to think about that.
LaShawn, what do you write about, bro? When you write, what do you write about?
Shit. What I write about? I stopped writing. I had 400 novels written, everything else, all up in my damn high school locker.
Man? Like what?
Now, do I write anything now? What would I write? Because y'all won't even read it. Because you know what the simple thing is? While y'all trying to figure this shit out, I just said, fuck that bullshit. I'm just going to do me.
Word.
And the whole 90% of the problems, beside my bills, my house, and the shit I want to buy, ain't a problem. If I cut out 90% of the bullshit you think value, and it's just because a black woman got some meat taco between her legs, and she ain't even better than a meat taco with a college degree, and she's supposed to be smarter than your ass is, and you still stumbling over that shit trying to make what $250,000 so she can give you some meat taco?
Bars.
Really? How dumb is you?
How dumb
Man, damn it, I value my dick better because you know what I can do? I can pee on trees. And that bitch
shit, word?
is trying to figure out where the hell the leaves is. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on.
You say you can pee on trees,
I
man.
value myself better. And you know what? That chick won't have nothing if I don't start a fire to cook some meat. And she ain't go hunting. And when this stuff happened, you remember pandemic?
Yeah.
Pandemic. This pandemic just happened, and now these chicks acting like the pandemic over, and then they gonna sit there and put their OnlyFans and IG back on the damn scene, like yo, WAP ain't aged and you couldn't support it.
Hell yeah.
It's looking like Fraggle Rock up in that bastard.
Oh shit.
Hey, cuz this
bitches ain't ready, man. Yo, my man, somebody dropped some fire emojis, and my man just dropped some fucking fire right there. Y'all ain't hear this nigga? Am I the only one that heard this nigga?
I heard him too.
I'm a Gemini. I'm sorry, my other twin came out and he is nigga mode. And her shit does look like Fraggle Rock or GoBots. You remember the shit that didn't make a Transformer and shit? We don't scream GoBots, we scream Transformers.
Oh wow.
Oh well, that is actually a 2023 term. And they are transforming, aren't they?
Wow.
So LaShawn,
GoBots and Fraggle Rock.
Hey, what you saying is Optimus Prime, not Leader One?
Optimus Prime is not gay. And Bumblebee is straight. But
we knew this.
I'm not sure about the Decepticons. Their motherfuckers might be sketchy. But the Transformers, Transformers are homosexuals.
More than
but the Decepticons might be
I told y'all about the Transformers.
The joke is good.
I told y'all niggas won't even want to feel me. Yo, fam, you just dropped some real science right there, man. I told y'all niggas about the Decepticons, man.
Get him, son. Get him, son.
Yeah, get him, man. Tell these niggas, I told these niggas, man.
Get him done.
I told these niggas.
Tell him done.
What else, man? Right. What else?
He's straight up done, cuz.
What else? Done. Nah, what else? Yeah, Detroit 313 say he woke. Yo, what else, man? I know you got some more for us, man. Yo, he's blessing the stream, brother. I appreciate you, LaShawn Jefferson, blessing the stream, man. What else, man?
Hell, I've been listening. Y'all bastards been making an impression on me too. Don't be thinking I'm stupid. I might be old, but you know what? I ain't seen now, and I ain't deaf. So if you gonna tell me some truth, I'm gonna listen to your truth and apply it to my life before I die.
I feel you.
Good work, young man. Good work.
My nigga. My nigga. You heard this nigga, man. It don't get no better than this, man. Question. Why is it that the happily married people can't let the single men exist and they can go exist in their happy marriage? Why is that?
Because
yes, sir.
Really, are you gonna be happy with the shit you got now? They're trying to save you.
Fuck what
while they cop blocking you. You can be pissed off if they cop blocking you, but they cop blocking you from bitches that want to be WAP, the next best thing, IG, Snicker bar. I mean, come on now. I mean, look. Honestly, ask this chick, will she cut off her IG, her image damn profile on whatever damn app she got? That chick will say no. That's what you ain't got.
What if a married couple?
That motherfucker happily married and he telling you, nigga, just don't do it.
Golly.
What you say, Ro?
I don't know what the fuck to say, cuz I feel like I've opened somebody's composition book and dove into that bitch and I wasn't supposed to.
Nah, man, just answer the question. Answer the question.
Oh,
Like you asked me earlier, what do I write? I just write memories into your mind, and the
Oh,
truth
shit.
is the truth. And nigga, when you know the truth, that bitch can't pull shit on you.
Oh shit.
You have a good night. And I'll let y'all go ahead and discuss for 5 minutes. Now I'll include myself back in. But I
No
got a
doubt.
beer that's hot, and I want to drink it while it's still cold.
You got a hot beer?
And you want to drink it while it's cold?
It's getting hot. I want to
Yeah.
drink it while it's still cold, while I'm
Whoa.
dropping knowledge and shit.
No,
Hey,
it's
you know
probably
what?
not.
Yeah,
Is
we
it-
appreciate you,
Is
brother.
it natty ice? Is it natty ice?
All right, guys.
No,
here's
it's
the
Ice House. It's Ice House. It was cold. It was brewed cold, and it's supposed to be drink cold. And the shit's getting hot. Now it's tasting like natty
This
ice.
nigga
though.
to say ice.
It is.
It sounds like house.
nigga.
It sounds like Ice House dialogue.
My motherfucking nigga.
That's some cold peace, cuz I'm telling you.
Right. It's some shit. So hey Ro, what's your opinion on the question I just asked? The coexistence of married and single
Yeah.
people in harmony. Why is this, especially in the black community, why is our desire to remain single a problem for married people?
I think what largely is hating. I really do. Because as the society progresses, and you know, as the technological advancement in the society progresses, and one can get a greater ease of convenience with convenience, single people is, I guess, you know, living the life when it comes to the American dream. You know what I'm saying? Those with families and, you know what I'm saying, I guess landlocked careers and everything, they got it, but they're struggling to maintain it. They're struggling to enjoy it. So I think it's largely some hating. I don't know if you've been married in your later years, you do understand that. Okay, in these later years, I really don't think we're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, single. I think that is mainly, you know, one adjusting to the deterioration of the society, and you know what I'm saying, attempting to alleviate some of that pressure. You know what I'm saying, give yourself a little bit more leverage.
Can I add on top of that question?
No,
real quick?
wait a minute. Let me
No.
finish.
Time out.
No,
Is it
time-
training?
Stop.
Is training
Stop.
involved
Stop.
into his question?
Stop. Ice House. Hey, sub
No,
Negro.
don't call me Ice House
Sub
because I'm drinking
Negro.
an
I
Ice
need
House.
you to
trying
chill the
not
fuck
to make
out a
it
little
high.
bit, Sub Negro.
Come on, bro. No, this is a real question.
Thank you.
Listen to the question. Look. Don't be because I'm drinking an Ice House before it gets hot. You just thinking I'm a drunk. I'm
It's a hot
asking you a
house.
real question on top of his question. Is it partly training too? On his question, is it partly training include to his question
Man,
to
right.
So
answer
I'm gonna
it
read the
correctly?
super chat. I'm gonna read the super chat. Shout out
That's
to D
all.
Scott.
He
You
drinking
want to
shit.
read it, Kev, or you want me to read it?
Go ahead and read it, Marcus.
All right, shout out to D Scott. LaShawn is the hero we needed. He's trans woke. Marcus, you ain't shit. Absolutely. Shout out to the lukewarm OE. Thank you for that
That'll be
super
Ice
chat,
House,
D Scott in the building.
That motherfucker drinking damn King Cobra.
I'm trying to drink a cold ass 40 ounces, and y'all motherfuckers make me
It's a
think and
42.
be
You ain't even
insightful,
gotta
and the shit's
talk,
getting
King.
hot.
Hey,
Yep.
Shaka, you beat me to it. My man said St. Eyes. Oh man, you know, Ice Cube pops up in my mind. We talk about malt
Okay,
liquor.
you a nigga if you drink St. Ives 40 ounce. I'm sorry,
St.
I can't
Ives,
even
baby.
talk to you no more.
My man drinking that E40.
You got a whole 40. Cause I don't know people still drink 40s, man. For
He
real.
drinking that E40. You know what I'm saying?
Ice House bastard.
Ice
I
House.
done grew up.
Fam, ain't nothing nice about that house, man. Ain't shit nice about that house no more, brother. That shit been sitting out too long, man. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You got a can of hot piss, brother.
Nah, y'all just pissed off my ass drinking Ice House, and I made you think this nigga on Ice House, and he
No.
brilliant.
Oh.
Yeah, you
So
made it.
shut up. Nah, I'm all right. I'm an old nigga drinking Ice House.
So
But you young niggas
the next
drinking
question.
like what
You ain't gonna be
Hennessy,
alive, nigga, for
and
too
y'all
long drinking
fucking
Ice
up on
House,
that
old nigga.
Hennessy. You should be going to that Ice House. Maybe you think a little bit better. The alcohol is a lot lower, and you can think about. Well,
Oh,
I
God.
did hump a fat chick, and you gonna try to keep it secret for the rest of your life. Yeah, you young.
So
You
the next
young. Don't worry
next
about it. You're
question.
gonna have a
Next
fat
question.
bitch in your life because you drank too much.
Next
You
question. Next
Hennessy.
question. Next question, gentlemen. Next question. So back to the topic of this panel, right? We talking about marriage and shit, right? So we last question was about living in harmony with single people. It was said, and I forgot by who on this panel, that the target audience, the audience that comprises of most of the content creators and the people who listen to the content in the Black manosphere is middle age and up, right?
Okay.
If that's the truth, why be concerned, right? Because if the young men who tell me, the millennials and the Gen Zs and these people tell me that race loyalty is less of a thing among their group,
Right.
and I see it, right?
Yeah.
If it's said, if it's asserted, especially in this stream, that our target audience, the young men, don't even know about us, because you heard them say that they don't even know about the manosphere. Nobody knows what y'all niggas is talking about, yada yada. Then why do you care? Because we're irrelevant to a degree. If you think about it,
Yeah. But they only care because they see the effects. They see the effects, even though they might not drop the names of the people where they receive the talking points from or know how to navigate. You know what I'm saying? The person's lecture style or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of some people got celebrity with this. It is what it is. Don't hate to play the game. Right. But the thing is, they're seeing the effect. They're seeing the thumbprint of the space within the society. I mean, just the fact that everyone uses the term modern man, modern woman, right? Nobody was saying that like that till KS was saying it. And then the whole aspect of what you bring to the table, you know what I'm saying, drag, all of the vocabulary that the space done created, you know what I'm saying, since the beginning of it. And so it's like, okay, yeah, you see the effect on it. And the only thing they can do is hate, again, if they don't want to play the position where they're placed in the default, in the defaulted flex of our agency. And the thing is, it's just like they used to say this in the Black Power or the Pan-African sector a lot. And say all you have to do is stand up. You know what I'm saying? They show you an image of the world leaders just playing Risk on the back of, you know what I'm saying, I guess the poor or the lessers. And all you got to do is stand up. Well, that's what the Black manosphere is. The black manosphere is the social the social political upright or contextual uprightness that they're not accustomed from Black men. And it's making everybody, you know what I'm saying, have to get right.
All right. The other thing that's
the everyday Black man realize that Black women have screwed us, and we just voting for Black people, but we aren't considered Black people because we're irrelevant. We're just, you vote like we want you to vote, and we get the benefits. So Black men, Black boys don't.
Understood. So the next question is,
check.
Gotcha, brother. The next question is, I'm trying to remember it now because my man is like really fucking me up over here.
Really sorry about that.
Nah, you good, brother. You good. So the next question, right? Try to get it together. This other assertion that, like, everything that we're presenting as, the pitfalls of marriage is only presented to destroy the Black family, as if these statistics only apply to Black people in America and not other races of people, like white people. Speak on that.
That's funny. That's funny because, okay, let's say that we have our own. Let's say we have our own style, but a lot of time we're just mimicking Pleasantville, right?
Right.
So when it comes to the statistic of marriage, I think what it is it's largely people saying shut the fuck up because
Right.
they don't want us to be right, and it's like, okay, well, it's not, and this is the cool thing about the space. You have cats who are in academia, you know what I'm saying, rooted within academia. You have cats who are rooted within so many different industries. And let's say that it's largely anecdotal evidence. Well, through that anecdotal evidence of the reality of their reality that they share with us, we can pinpoint and put pieces of things together and actually paint a larger picture of something that ain't even being presented. And it exposes those who are also operating in those sectors who aren't participating in the space. And I think what it is it's a resonance thing. It's that Trump thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when Trump is right, that's basically what it is. When Trump is right, who likes it? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody call him wrong, and let's say that he's the worst of character, this, that, and the third. All right. Well, what about when he's right? How do those who despise him and they feel about him when he's right, though?
Right. So let me ask you another question. I went to London, and in London, I don't think they view interracial relationships the way that we view them over here. Like I don't think that there's, like, over there, the black women are not angry to see a black man with a white woman, and I'm talking about
They
in
give
London.
them a chance. Is what you asking.
Hold up. Let them paint the whole context out. Shane.
Right. So like interracial over there,
yeah,
in Europe, whether you're talking about London, you're talking about France, all these different places, like it ain't shit for races to mix. Now, that doesn't mean that racism doesn't exist over there. There's no hotep, pushback when it comes to, black men or even black women mixing with other, groups of people. So the question is, right, because we know what it is over here, because over there you see the black women with the white guy or with the Indian guy, et cetera, et cetera. In Europe you see a lot of this type of mixing that you rarely see here. Okay. Right. So the question is, do you feel that black women, or even their simp niggas, right, would give black men so much dick police heat if black women could swirl in the same manner as the black women overseas?
Okay. You know what? That's a that's a good question. No, ain't no way do we get the heat, because the thing is they were too busy. They would be too busy flexing their access.
Right.
The only reason why we get the heat is because they can't flex the access, and then right. They got a target, what I'm saying, of someone who's executing lifestyle that they'd rather be partaking of. And so, but this is the ill part. Just the same thing with the marriage. All they have to do is adjust themselves. One of the main reasons why the marriages, fail over here is because it's through the women, and the women won't make that fucking adjustment. We've always been under the microscope. You know what I'm saying? As a man, always. Now that they're under the microscope, okay, make the motherfucking adjustment. Don't get mad that we talking about marriage, and then when we bring up the reality of the stats that we didn't create. The very nation that they'll say that they're proud to be a fucking citizen in is the one that is creating majority of these stats. But you won't believe it, but it's bullshit coming from
They'll
us.
Microscope a black man, but they won't microscope any other man.
Who's that big mouth talker? Who's that?
I don't like that shit.
You underneath the microscope, he just said it. White men is always underneath the microscope. When it's any other man besides a black man, he's 100% right on that one.
Right. Drop a dime.
They don't even check. They don't even do a background check. But if you a black man, they doing background checks. They Googling your stuff. They sit there. They'll hire a private PI just to see if he's straight.
They
What's
But
the
he
name?
ain't
what?
a black man. He's 100% right on that
Them
one.
people, yo.
He's
Them
speaking
people.
truth.
It's the
We got
motherfucking people.
we got big mouth talker up here. Wow,
You ain't shit.
not at all.
And you
I
ain't shit for
just
watching.
said a sentence. How did I get big mouth talker? Is he the big
Hey,
mouth
LaShawn,
talker? Which one of us is the big mouth talker? Because I just
LaShawn,
said a
Bro,
sentence to agree
shit.
with him.
LaShawn, he's talking about himself.
Well, he need to quit talking about himself that damn bad because it sounds like he a good damn black man.
Oh, well, you know, fellas, I see your broadcasting over here doing numbers. I'm gonna drop it down to YouTube. I'm gonna shut all that shit down.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit at all.
Shout out to Kane.
Hey, why are we making jokes when we serious, and yet we serious when we make them jokes?
Yeah,
Man, this is a good damn panel. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm enjoying every damn one of y'all.
it's going
Moist
on.
niggas be moisting.
Hey, but LaShawn, that's kind of an inside joke. I think it's kind of going over your head a little bit. So, what's good? What's good? What's good, Donnie?
Man, I'm just listening to the panel, enjoying enjoying the show. I told you he was gonna be here. Long live the eventual line steppers. You are a staple. The audience knows it. The panel knows it. Yeah, I just wanted to tune in and say hi. What's going on, fellas?
Word.
What up? So let's continue these questions. This is related to break down a woman's perspective, right? Break down a woman's perspective. Shout out to Danielle Middleton and Concrete Rose, Sister George, I should say, Sister George. Yeah, we just discussing their conversations about marriage, and you had a bunch of guys. I don't know. Did you see the stream earlier?
No, I didn't catch none of that.
Right. So basically, you had a bunch of guys. I would say there was more guys defending marriage than speaking up, I guess, for the space's message about marriage. And they were basically saying that the black manosphere is misleading black men, from getting married and being happy. And I think the last thing I was gonna address was them saying, I don't know if you answered this already, Rogish. Them saying about us, being in the manosphere of a certain age group.
Right.
If the younger men aren't being targeted, then why are you worried about a bunch of old unmarried niggas? Like if you're saying that the target group for the manosphere is 30 or above 40 going on 50, then why are you worried about those men being misled, right? When by your own stats that you misuse, you'll say that 80% of black men are fathers by age 40 or above, right? Even though it's an often misused stat, right?
Right.
But you should be more worried about the larger demographic of men between, late 20s, early 30s, which represent most of the population of black men in this country. That's the age group that is the target for any message that you should be worried about us giving, right?
But the women of the age group who contends against us, they are the ones who are losing out to them.
Right.
They are projecting that the message is largely for brothers within our age peer group. And it's like, no, we're doing what they won't do for young black girls all the way up to, what I'm saying, their stratified sister class. We're giving game. And that game is affecting not only the young cats who would possibly be marrying their daughters, who are being exposed and constantly exposed as being, succumbing to the whole wave, right? The social wholeness that is becoming the new American woman, right? But also them. They what I'm saying? So as we speak, the mirror gets pointed to them as a whole. And
Right.
what old girl is doing, and I thought she was married, right? But it seemed like that as she was talking, she was more like protecting herself, protecting her value and her stance.
Right.
That's the new American woman, just like you said.
Big mouth talker. What you say?
You know, he was big mouth talking.
Sorry,
That's
you know,
the
I'm a little
new
occupied right
American
now.
woman in 2023. He ain't say nothing that wasn't a lie. And that's a young man speaking. You need to listen to him and quit calling everybody a big mouth talker.
Absolutely. Sir. Absolutely. Oh, man.
You wouldn't talk to me if you knew how many subscribers I have. Ask me how many subscribers I have.
Where have I heard that?
How many subscribers you had?
I have 24,000 subscribers.
24,000.
Now I only get 15 to 100 views, but that's not the point.
My God.
Now let me add on to what Rogan just said. To me, it's telling, right, that they are concerned. Oh my God, nah, you didn't. You ain't do that. You ain't do that, man.
Gotcha, nigga. Gotcha.
You
That's
ain't do
fucked
that.
up.
You ain't do that, dog. Jada reveals that she's been Tupac this entire time. News at 11. CNN. Will is crying again. Tupac fans are torn.
Yeah, but we got a heart up here too, man. So what's good, Art Gustav?
What's going on? All right.
What's going on, man? Y'all giving that poet a hard time. Sound like Prince.
Right.
Dance electric. I'm joking, LaShawn. I'm joking, man. I say the same thing about him on my show too. So he's cool people.
They said 400 books, right?
The Lake of Manataka, whatever.
Lake of
But
Smells purple.
You know, I was listening to the sisters panel and things, and you know, I'm on my second marriage, and you know, obviously the first one didn't work out. It was pretty brutal. But the second one, you know, the thing is, I'm doing good, you know, and I got what I wanted, but I'm not sitting there trying to advertise and say, hey, this could happen to you, you know.
Right.
I mean, I just sit there and listen to people, you know, give their issues and things, even the ones that are not married. You know, the thing is, because I think that was an issue I think that Kev brought up too, that people are asking why are married men in the space. It's like, because we've been there. So I got the bad story and I got the good story. So, you know, everybody has their own path and their own journey on where they're going to navigate on what they're going to do. But in the meantime, what I saw today, you know, shout out to my sisters, but the problem is, if a guy was thinking about making that move, that panel was not the right thing to watch. Because you can't finger wag and browbeat and say, get married, damn it. You know, all this kind of stuff. That don't help. You know, if you try to encourage people to get married, I don't know who that sister was, the one that came in there like swinging.
Yep.
But
Old waterhead ass Courtney Michelle.
Yep.
I'm glad I never crossed paths with the sister, but this is the stuff. I don't think they understand that they're not helping their cause. You know what I mean? Because marriage is a good. Right. Marriage is a good thing, but
it has panel a real quick question. I want to ask
Let me
panel.
finish real quick. And I'm not going to speak.
Go ahead. It's your floor.
Because you be killing people's thoughts. Like, I'm trying to remember what I'm about to say.
Right.
But
hey, bro, it happens.
You were talking about how women.
No. He was about to say something about Courtney Michelle.
Was it her?
The sister that
Yeah.
came in swinging.
Yeah, she came in. Oh man, thanks, LaShawn. You know, I appreciate that, man. You do good work, fam.
Yeah.
Damn.
Take your time, man. Take your time, man.
And I don't even drink, warm or cold, right? I'm sorry, man. He gonna be mad at me. I'm sorry,
Look,
LaShawn. I'm
women
just
get
playing with you.
drunk off their stuff, and you just like, wait a minute.
Oh, I killed your buzz. My bad.
He's drinking that warm shit.
Yeah, just just pour some for the people that's not here. You know what I mean? Just
No,
some
I
cool
was
high on us.
admiring you being sober, and the women that is pulling this bull crap on everybody else is sober too, and you just realized it. And this ain't had nothing to do with drunk.
Oh,
It had
okay.
everything to do with
I was
drunk,
just
man.
sitting
Look,
there
when you
admiring
drinking,
your
when you drinking
sober.
a 40, you're supposed to pour it in a glass and have some. Don't take the whole
No,
bottle
40
and
is in
sit
the
it out.
bottle. You put that bastard in the cooler with some ice and
How
some
do
water. You don't even know
I?
how to drink a 40. A 40 ain't nothing you do. Go ahead and tip that bitch like it's a shot. You can't drink a 40
You
like it's
killed
a
Cold
shot. You a
Cheese.
rookie.
No, I'm joking,
You a
fam.
rookie.
Hey, y'all need to
Man,
get one of them can coolers from Yeti.
Yeah,
One of them
bro.
Yeti can
Keep
coolers.
it cold.
I can't. Oh my God. Anyhow, it'll come back to me. I'll just pass the mic.
So hold on, try to get that thought back. I got another question, right? So, how do you feel about longer life and higher income as a selling point of marriage? Rogish.
I could do that without being.
Let's start with Rogish, and then we're gonna go to Art, and then LaShawn
Longer
can give
life
us
and
his deep
higher income.
poetic thoughts.
You know we can do that without being married. You know we can do that without being married. That's my answer.
I appreciate that, Rogish. Longer, you know that this stat. I say this with air quotes, right? That marriage somehow makes you live longer, and that your income will increase by being married. Talk to me, man.
I mean, well, old girl presented those stats because she was trying to match stats for stats. So if she believes that that is primarily or exclusively the the motivation that Brothers of the Space is using in order to have their stance, she's just trying to win. She's just trying to win an argument. She don't really believe in any of that or see that as a value of marriage. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. This is a pro that outweighs the con that you speak. That's what it was. But as far as it goes with that, I mean, shit. I don't know, man. Well, if that is the case, what does it take to be in an Americanly defined traditional marriage with your woman? You know what I'm saying? Belonging to the system as she does. I mean, shit. Look, I mean, come on. What is a successful marriage within the United States? What does that look like? Because when they say the key factors that obliterate a marriage in the beginning stage, right? People who have marriages that's as Macon was saying. I think it was George Macon. He was saying, been in his marriage for 20 years and everything. Well, my little brother was in his marriage for 18 years, right? And loving his wife, and I'm saying no issues with money. He was in the military, doing well in the Air Force and everything. She was doing well. I mean, but she just wasn't happy. Okay, right. And that shit was killing them. We can say you live longer or whatever, but wait a minute, if this bitch belonged to the goddamn Matrix and the mainframe, she gonna wear you down in that long marriage. Yeah, you'll get more money, but spending it on who? You get more money, you get more life. Yeah, bitch, that you finna eat up all the rest the fuck of.
So yeah, when he go ahead and risk his life, and his wife is stateside, showing her ass off. You right, sir. You right on that one.
Longer life and higher income, right? As a byproduct of marriage, like marriage produces higher incomes and longer life. What say you?
It's always possible if it's done right. That's the complaint about this space, that the dysfunction prevents you from having those results. So
Here's the
that's,
problem: men do
oh, here we
done
go.
right, but women make it wrong.
Hey, look, LaShan.
No. This ain't no little
Hey, don't,
Shan
don't.
thing. This is
Hey, no,
women
hey,
thing.
hey, bruh,
You did everything right,
Oh
but your
God.
woman decided it wasn't right, and then she decided to leave like one of them. So what I'm saying is, you did right, but she gonna leave you anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
And it ain't me saying she need to leave you. That's what she decided, and that's what we got to deal with
No doubt.
right
Art,
now.
I feel you. Art, what was you saying?
I forgot what I was saying once again.
Nah,
Thanks,
you was
LaShawn.
talking. Nah, you was
Appreciate it,
talking. No,
fam.
hold on. We was talking about.
can you please
We was
fucking
talking
stop
about.
that shit?
I
What I
did
from
it
what I
again.
you was talking
Sorry.
about. You was talking about doing it right. I think you said something about because the question was higher incomes and longer lifespans as a byproduct or result of marriage
So, like a selling point.
as a
Hmm.
selling point. Like, you should get married because you'll live longer and married men make more money.
Now, I mean, a lot of the brothers in this space know about that. They have, I mean, hell, don't tell anybody, but we have parents, right? We have uncles, grandparents. So
Right.
we,
Right.
so
Yeah,
we
don't tell
we
nobody.
we saw what they tried to accomplish. Some of them did, and some of them fell by the wayside, and so on. So it just like that whole thing was. It's like you don't. How can I say? You can't do a selling point based on trying to work through people's dysfunctions. That's for dysfunction with itself. A lot of people already know that I married from overseas. With a woman that her tradition was to be a good wife. So it works for me. Over here, you have a lot of situations where, most of our women are taught to go to college so you won't need a man. So
Right.
when you trying to sell this whole thing about you're gonna make more money and all that, we ain't asking for that. We want cooperation. That was
Yep.
probably the main thing that they really missed in that whole panel. None of them, and I mean none because I was sitting there grading papers and listening. None of them said anything about it's possible to have cooperation in your marriage.
Because the
Notice,
talking
notice,
point
I,
to is the silence. They use their
notice I
talking
stayed
point as
away from
silence.
submission. I didn't say submission.
Yeah,
Like they hate that word, right?
trigger word.
Yeah, I said cooperation. So nobody said that. So you got all these young brothers here. They want families, but it's like, how am I going to do that when I don't really see any evidence in the past or my parents or anyone else where they really put an effort to have some cooperation so I can be able to, have a good life and good family. I didn't mean to do the Gettysburg Address on the answer,
No, you
but
good.
Mm.
anyhow, that was my take. I don't know if I answered the question well.
You did, but my thing is when it comes to that cooperation, even that is seen as much like that. You know what? I'm doing my next show about that.
Is that
The thing,
abuse? No, I'm
well,
joking. Go ahead.
I'm saying, the things that are seen that are reflexively responded to as if they are a bit much to request of black women. You know what I'm saying? Cooperation, a smile. You know what I'm saying? There are instances where a smile is too much. Won't you smile all the time? I done had chicks tell me that shit. Once you,
Honestly, when black women don't
oh
give you
shit.
option, that's
Lis-
the question.
All
That's
right, all right,
truly what we need to ask.
LaShawn, I
When
gotta
our
ask you.
own black women don't
LaShawn,
give us an option,
LaShawn, when was the last
what we gonna
relationship you
do?
was in? When was the last relationship you was in?
At least he didn't hiccup.
No.
Hell, hell, I'm a little bit echoey about the end.
Oh, that's probably me. That's me.
Well, it doesn't matter. My last relationship,
Yeah.
yeah, it was with a white woman I married.
I was
My
with
That's
a white.
great.
next relationship was with a black woman with 5 damn kids. The next relationship after that was a
Wait,
black woman that didn't have kids, but she
wait. So you
want to
had
have
a
my
white
kids.
chick. Hold up.
No, 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 no.
Wait,
What you
Shan.
got to realize, look, it doesn't matter about my life because you had a pandemic and you got to live in 2023.
Oh,
Don't be shitting there bouncing off my neck, calling me a piece of crap while you got to live your life. And you gonna be a piece of crap, and they gonna bounce
Bro,
off
we
your
almost
neck
had a
in
linear thought going.
2023.
We almost had a linear thought going.
My
I'm trying to look linear, though.
my years
Too nebulous.
was before the pandemic. You could talk all the crap,
You out here in
but
the
you
Tarantula
the
Nebula,
youngest
though.
nigga got to deal with it. That's your damn shoulder you got to carry.
That's how they do it in
I'm
the
too
Pegasus.
old. I'm too old, bro.
How old is you?
Look,
How old is you? Drinking
pandemic
Ice House.
and got to get your credit on point. Period.
Nigga,
It's
how old is you drinking
2023,
Ice
bro.
House? Now, hold
You
up. You
can
gonna make a
play
nigga
this
turn into a
game with
wellness
me,
warrior
nigga.
now. Fuck
I
it. I'm
will
at
be
work.
dead, and you could still be broke.
I gotta treat this like an assessment now. Okay.
That's all
Wellness
it. I
assessment.
could be dead,
How long
and
you been
you
drinking Ice
still
House,
be
sir?
broke. Period.
That's
After
that's
I'm
great,
dead.
man. Hey, I
After
feel you on
2023,
that.
you gonna be broke. But
Hey,
nigga,
Shan,
you
I
gonna
feel
make a
you, bro.
point with me? Don't do that.
Now I hear you, bro. Hey, question, right? You was done, or you had some more to
No.
say?
Go ahead. You got it.
So, question, right? So, when all else fails in these conversations, people go, they go to the holy book, right?
Okay.
So, we
Well.
were there. We heard this conversation go straight to religion. Now,
It did.
right? When all else fails, you got to bring God into it, because God said this and God said that, and in these marriage discussions, marriage gets married to religion and all these godly concepts.
Right.
Tell me as if I don't know the relationship between marriage and religion at all. Like, go ahead, bro.
I mean, as far as it goes with marriage and religion, I'm not too keen on that. Only thing I know is anecdotal information as far as folks getting married in churches and what I guess what marriage is supposed to mean to religion. But that means that if that's the pantheon that you're going to operate off of, then majority of the people have to operate off of that religion. When the conversation turned to that, when what I'm saying, I wasn't listening. I was doing something else, but I was participating in the chat, and y'all was lighting them up in the chat. Y'all talking, oh yo, he taking them to church and shit. Now I think that's different when you try to include the factor of I'm gonna say a spirituality, and I know religion and spirituality is different things, but I think people who operate with religion attempt to use it as a spirituality, right? Don't know if they hit the mark. That's what it is. So I can't really judge on that. You know what I mean? But what I can judge on is, okay, if you're going to present spiritualism or spirituality or something, then your society is supposed to be somewhat reflective of that. Now, if you're talking about, the Christian pantheon, and I'm saying, it ain't really been the most solid institution when it comes to funneling marriage through it. So this is where I take more of a cultural perspective of, a Black Manispherian perspective of it. I'm looking at Black people with this one, not all people, whatever the stats say, whatever. What would be best for Black people to enter marriages, if they're going to enter marriages? Is it the traditional American way, which result in the bullshit that Jeff Bezos had to put away, whatever, you know what I mean? No matter how much fucking money you make or whatever, Tiger and all that shit, whatever. Or is it going to be something that will be better for our respective style of familial development? And hence the whole element of why you talk about
It worked for over 500 years,
so let
and
me
you
throw this
arguing with something because you want to be open-minded. That's fine, but bro, you sound like a dude that want a good woman that's gonna die with you at the end of your life. Now, what you co-signing isn't what the fuck you expect. So I'm gonna ask you something.
while
Wait, wait,
you
wait,
being
wait, 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 wait,
open-minded
wait.
and free. No, 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 no. Time out. Time out. Time out.
Yeah, time out,
A
bro. Like
grown black man didn't come
you
to
gonna make
you with
Marcus
these
lose
talking
the point that
points.
he was gonna
Nah,
make.
Shut up.
I ain't gonna
Shut
lose
up.
it.
Shut up. One
I ain't
moment.
gonna lose it.
Hey,
No
bro,
grown
LaShawn,
man
LaShawn,
came to
LaShawn, I
you
got
with these
this. I got
talking
this.
points.
LaShawn,
That was a
LaShawn,
black woman, and you just sitting there throwing goddamn flowers and
LaShawn, seriously, bro. How many of you had? How many of you had?
for real.
Yeah. Like,
manhood.
But he ain't heard nothing.
he ain't heard shit. All right. Go ahead, guys.
So okay, just to add this in, right? Marriage pre-exists Christianity
Exactly.
by a long shot, right? And marriage in its its inception had nothing to do with religion. So this idea that marriage is this sacred holy institution is bullshit, right?
Okay.
So I just want to put that in there, right? Because I didn't put it in the question, right? So now that I've added that, this these people who
Marriage is sacred, but everybody
marriage is business.
Yep.
Marriage is business because you sign paperwork, you sign a contract. Art, how do you feel
marriage
about
is business.
when people correlate religion and God and marriage? Art.
I am the living example. LaShawn, you gonna interrupt me before I finish? Okay. All right. So that first marriage, I pretty much was really heavy into the Nation of Islam. So I married an MGT. So and she was raised in the nation, she was raised in the nation. I was a convert. So and the thing was, the stuff that we were taught, and don't get me wrong, that they got some good, MGTs out there, whatever, but I just picked a fine, dysfunctional one. So she was fine. She looked like that light skinned chick from Coming to America. She was bad.
Oh shit. Okay.
But the
Lisa
thing was,
McDowell.
I know, huh? And matter of fact, Pops was just like her Pops in Coming to America too, her Pops. And the thing is that even though I was trying to walk away because it was a lot of dysfunction that I saw, the family her father kept telling me to stick it in there because God gonna make it better. He was telling me that for a while, and it just kept getting worse. I said I don't know what God gonna do, but I got to get up out of this one.
Yeah.
So the whole religion thing, I definitely don't recommend. Somebody's union based on religion, because we're in a society to where the religion does not work in the favor of, especially for the black man,
Right.
let alone the man, but the black man. And last but not least, the black family, especially American black family for sure, we're taught to be Joseph in the Joseph and Mary story.
Mm.
We always, the best man in the community is usually the stepdaddy. And basically, we're watching over a child, over a father that we've never seen before, which
Shout
is the
out to-
church.
Shout out to Shaka. He mutes y'all when he talks. And Shaka also says, "Where's the Bible at divorce court?"
Nigga.
Don't we gotta raise our hands before the court proceedings?
For real.
So we got to be on the oath, right?
God damn, that's bars.
And then we're so. I mean, that's the thing, man. Is that we're in such a dysfunctional place. People are trying to make you stay in it, and I'm like, no. That's why I'm like, and I'm not, like I said, marrying overseas is not for everybody, because some people they don't have it in them to learn different languages and different cultures. But
Right.
if you want your heaven, you got to work for that heaven, though.
Facts.
I'm just gonna keep that real. But go ahead, fam.
Would you liken? Because I would liken telling men to remain in these sorts of arrangements. I would liken that to telling a woman to remain with an abusive man, a physically abusive man. It's the same thing. We would never tell a woman to stay with an abusive husband or boyfriend or anything like that, especially not in this society. But telling a man, just alpha your way through it, deal with it. Like I forget the words that Ayanna Van Zant said, like be with her in it or some shit like that.
Right.
It's cool to tell men to like deal with this suffering, with this abuse, with this, with this sort of treatment and disrespect and violation. These are things that we would never tell women, at least not and be taken seriously, right?
Right.
I'm trying to remember any
Go
other
deep on
talking
this
points.
one.
I'm sorry.
You're going deep on this one.
Right. I'm trying to remember some of the other talking points that were brought up, in that conversation. I mean, we touched the religious aspect of it. We touched on the kind of like the inception of marriage. I don't know if I mentioned that, this idea of, they were talking about.
What was your view on his stance with polygamy?
You didn't mention, but
you said polygamy.
You need to bring up that point.
See,
you didn't mention.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Point.
I came into the conversation pretty late.
Okay.
So like, when they began
it was sort of late when he started talking about it, though. It wasn't the earlier part. It was sort of the later part.
They were talking about polygamy with Super Sly's lifestyle or something.
Yeah, with his lifestyle, and that was what I wanted them to go into, because on the breakdown, the sisters bring that up here and there. They don't really go into it, but it comes up organically as a context, but they don't really open up the conversation. I figured that would have opened up the conversation if old lick my nuts and get up on there, trying to get his nuts licked or whatever. So. Because that's where it
wanted that dude, but they.
I don't remember much of that part of the conversation, but I'll say this: if a man wants to marry 2 women, I mean, here we are in a conversation with a bunch of guys saying, marriage is this and marriage is that, and beware, right? And we talking about marrying 1 woman. You got a man. Hey, look, Super Sly, more power to you, man. You didn't marry 1, you married 2 women. Is he like legally married to 2 women?
I mean, it's official the way that they were speaking about it. But my view on it was that, all right, well, if the marriage stats are what they are, that's for monogamy. That's not the marriage stats. That's not the marriage stats for polygamy. But, and again, if they were marriage stats for polygamy, it would largely be from a pilgrim perspective of collecting that data, because about how they develop their family. I've always viewed it more, okay, if our particular community is going to engage with marriage, we can't do it the same way as the system says to traditionally do it.
Well,
American
Shaka says they're not married through the state. My thing is this, right?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what their arrangement is. If Sly shows up on my panel on Wednesday, I'll ask him then. I don't like to do too much talking about people outside of their presence unless I'm going at their neck for doing that to me. But my thing is, it's
not necessarily talking about him either. Just more about the dynamic.
No, I got you, but it's just interesting to me how people will invoke Christianity and all this other holy roller shit in a conversation with a guy that's married, that has 2 women.
Yeah. Well, hold up. With a satanic symbol on the t-shirt.
Right. So this ain't a slight to him.
Acknowledge both of y'all points. Can I ask permission to acknowledge both of y'all points, because both of y'all is right. And none of y'all is wrong.
This ain't a slight to Sly. It's just to me.
No. Both of y'all is right. None of y'all is.
You wouldn't be able to tell us how to be right, man.
Both of y'all is right.
One thing contradicts the other, right? So because for all intents and purposes, Sly was on that side of the argument, and he is being upheld by a woman who is and this old dude who's talking all this holy shit. And again, like you said, like satanic symbol on the shirt, which you picked up, I didn't. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
And
just
the fact
both of y'all on different side of the coin.
He has a polygamous situation going on, and I think that I think we lost somebody. Yeah, so I think that that kind of contradicts, the religious
I mean, but we ain't
argument
we ain't
for
gonna act like
marriage.
Luciferians can't be married though, right? You know what
No,
I'm saying?
they can, but you can't have Christians defending Luciferian marriages. That's the point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you understand where I'm coming from, bro?
What a phrase. Say it again. Say it again.
You can't be a Christian defending the Luciferian marriage. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. This is nothing against Christians or Luciferians. I'm just saying those two things don't go together, is all I'm saying.
It's supposed to be a natural dichotomy, right?
Those clothes don't match, fam.
The only thing that I heard Sly talk about, and this is probably years ago, as far as I think he went in on I guess how a lot of millionaires have to have some kind of wife or something to move up in the world. And so maybe he's coming from that point. I don't know about the whole thing about him co-signing holy rollers, so to speak. But, I've heard him before over the years, talk about how if you want to get rich and be all successful, usually a lot of your top 10 or something like that. I don't want to misquote him, but he says something where, your top percent of people that are very successful and millionaires usually have wives.
I see. Azriel says Super Sly is an admitted Luciferian. To be honest, it all sounds mystical to me. I don't even know what none of that shit means. And again, that ain't to slander nobody.
It don't mean they can't get married in whatever side they want to get married.
I mean, listen, everybody can get married now. Like, it's all legal. Like, you know what I mean? So, but what I'm saying is you can't use Christian.
Bitch, clean that blood up right now. What the fuck? I ain't playing with you.
Hey, Sly, that wasn't me, man. That was him, man. That wasn't me.
I'm fucking with you, cuz. It's all good, bro. You know what
I mean? Look. Yeah, so if he shows up to my panel, I find this interesting as hell. So this is something that if he shows up to my panel or even in the chat, I'll ask him, hey, talk to me about this Luciferianism, because I don't know nothing about it. I just know Lucifer is supposed to be the devil and he was thrown out of heaven and et cetera, et cetera.
That's for Christians though, right? That's
right. But you got people preaching Christianity in the panel, agreeing with the Luciferian, and then
but you don't think that there's no intersectionality between the styles of marriage for those two factions that obviously deal with
intersectionality?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me
So
tell y'all something.
What's up?
Let me tell y'all something. You could be a man of any character, and I said this earlier. You could be an ain't shit dude. You could be the biggest piece of shit. But if you are on some hate shit for black men, it doesn't matter. They'll agree with. If you agree with them, it doesn't matter if you're a Luciferian. As long as you simping, that's what they want.
So is that where the intersectionality lies? Like, is simping the intersection?
I can't. You see, I'm quiet. So
I
don't know.
I'm not calling Sly a simp. I don't know that much about Sly to say he's a simp. But all I'm saying is, I'm learning this today. I learned 5 seconds ago, or whatever time, how many minutes ago, that homie was a Luciferian. What is this? This is 10:26 that this post was put up, and it's 10:29, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 minutes ago, I found out that Super Sly was a Luciferian. Hey, rock on. I ain't hating. Believe what you believe. It's all good. All I'm saying is that shit don't go together with what Shorty was saying, right?
Well, I mean, look, But the whole point was marriage, not necessarily one's moral stance on
Right.
marriage.
Absolutely. No, but
Right.
what I'm saying is we talking about, well, at least I'm talking about old girl defending marriage as an institution by invoking God into the conversation.
Right.
How does that relate to the Luciferian position?
That's God for them. What you mean? What is this? They can have
So
a
when
God.
she
Don't
God
they
is
got a God
God is
too?
the nigga that kicked you out. You got evicted by God. God evicted you. Right? Your God got evicted
Wait a
by
minute. So
God.
wait a minute.
God.
Wait a minute. So wait, you said God?
God.
Wait a minute. So you think they accept a hierarchical placement?
Hey, look, I know it's the religious people in the chat that's like, this nigga Marcus is going to hell. Yes, God kicked their God out of heaven. Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. How do you reconcile that? How do you say, okay, well,
They God is a little homie God.
Right. God, marriage is a godly institution.
You gotta baptize him. That's what you gotta baptize him.
In what? The
probably
lake of
best-
fire?
That's probably the best way to get out of it. I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, look, again, shout out to my man Super Sly. But what I'm saying is, and this ain't even really about Sly. This is about old girl and her position in deifying marriage. She's making marriage holy in reference to God, Jehovah, Jesus, whatever. But here you got a Luciferian who's married with 2 wives. So I mean, I don't know what the Luciferian Bible says.
Honestly, they got it right. If they give them 2 wives right off the bat, shit, they got them. They got them.
I guess that's a reason to be Luciferian, right?
That would be a good topic, though, because I never thought of their domestic life. You know, I mean, I hear about some of the people in the music business and all that. Yeah. You already know about Anton LaVey, the Church of Satan guy, and having children.
I don't know the Luciferian Bible verses regarding marriage. I just know it's two bitches.
Two bitches for you.
2 bitches. I'm just saying. How does the Christian defend marriage with the Luciferian on the panel?
With your one bitch. You know what I'm saying? With your one mean bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Shout out to the Luciferians in the building. You know what I'm saying? Look. That's all I'm saying, man.
Somebody play some Lil Uzi Vert.
It's all good, man. What does that say for marriage as a religious institution then? You understand what I'm saying? As a religious, what it means to me is, again, marriage is not a religious institution, it's a social construct. And that's why I say marriage is inherently blue pill, because it's invented. It's invented. Marriage is invented.
Okay,
it's not something.
Okay, it's invented, but the merging of families, right? And you said it's for business. Okay, so, and I think that's where fixed marriages come in, arranged marriages come in, right?
Right.
And why the whole thing of married for love? I think Dr. John Henry Clark, he said, married for love is a new concept. You didn't marry for love. You married for a particular advantage between 2 clans.
Right.
And the love was something that had to grow. But if you're going to be operating off of how, United States of America lay out the blueprint for socially how one is to value a relationship, marriage, family development, blah, 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 you're going to go along with the bullshit, man. I mean, shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I have another question then. Like, what would a red pill marriage look like?
Something that
I'm
Kevin
just curious.
Samuel
I'm say it again.
I like some shit that would work.
Something that
Is that like Ike? Is that like Ike Turner or something, or what is? What's a red pill marriage?
If I mean, somebody mentioned earlier, Donovan Shaw has a red pill arrangement. So whoever typed that, kind of fleshed that out, because I'm not aware of how his arrangement is, right? But red pill marriage, I don't think would be something that would be through the state or this and that and the other. I don't know. It would have to be something that is Shaka just said it, non-state sanctioned would be. So it would have to be something that would be away from the marriage as we know it, right? It would have to be something much more practical, right? So
you're talking about a new social standard, because if it's non-state sanctioned, and then there is going to have to be an acknowledgement of the union that stands as is for the whole of the society, whether the state has something to say about it or not. If it's
then you draw up your own agreement. But exactly. But I also think that a red pill marriage would not be based on love.
Right. It would be based off of what you say, Art. What's the word that you use?
I use a lot of stuff. I'm over here making a quiz right now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I think it was complementarity or agreeable or something like that.
Cooperation.
Cooperation. Look, cooperation is not asking too much, and then something can grow through the cooperation. But they just don't want to play their part, and they want to play the part that the white woman gave them.
Yeah, because blue pill is more like fantasy, right?
It's perception that the white woman plays. It's not the reality. White women.
Exactly.
How many people go to work and see white women there?
All the time.
We go to restaurants and we see white women working the counters. They were working, cleaning the tables. This idea that white women are at home, laid back, eating bonbons like Peggy Bundy. Everywhere you go, restaurants, you go into Walmart, you see a white women work at the Walmart, white women working. What are these all single women? These are all what? Who are these white women?
Yeah.
That's at these jobs, working these jobs for sometimes minimum wage with a quarter raise or some shit with a vest on.
But wait a minute, you got to ask yourself, who is the white woman in the black woman's mind? Not the white woman in reality to the black woman, because black women don't operate off of reality.
The myth of white womanhood.
It's the myth of white womanhood. So that means that these bitches exist as something in their mind that they don't in reality. But and I mean, again, this belonging to the mainframe, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. But this is to me, this is what makes it an immediate polygamy situation if you're going to deal with a chick in the States, because you're definitely dealing with a deficit, having to contend with the Matrix, or the possibility of her bringing the Matrix in your shit. It's like,
so where would the Mormons come in then if that's the case?
Okay, well, you don't see that largely. You don't see that largely amongst pilgrims, do you? The way that they operated, and have you
been to Utah lately?
I've not been to Utah lately.
Shit.
No, but I'm saying though, when in here, okay, so let's say in the Midwest, Texas, when they find some people who trying to rock Mormon style who ain't Mormons, right? They usually, bust up their shifter robe, if you will. It's deemed as something negative, it's deemed as something bad. They immediately paint them as possibly being like some molesters or something like that. And the feds move in, let's break up the entirety of the compound and all this shit. What the fuck is the Mormons doing that's so different from, all these other white, conclaves of people that be doing this shit?
Yeah, I just brought them up because basically they do have somewhat of a church that's been, that's been blessed, or not blessed, but okayed by the powers that be.
Why, Jesus?
And depending on how far they're in the political spectrum and how much influence they have in their state, right, it's perfectly okay for them to have 3, 4, 5 wives. I don't know, but you don't hear much about that stuff, but they do a lot.
Right.
They do a lot of stuff.
Okay. So the thing is with so 3, 4, 5. Hey, I don't know about 5, but
I'm just throwing it out there, just
Right. So my thing is, if you're already going to be accused all the time, defaultly accused of having another woman illegitimately, it's like, all right, well, everyone is already assuming that you can at least deal with 2 women right off the bat, even if it's going to be some friction involved. All right, flipping 2 chicks, it is what it is. All right, so now we're taking the deception out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we're talking marriage, we're talking familial development, right? We're talking, you know what I'm saying, people playing their role. So with the bullshit out the way, I would add in definitely another woman, because with the two, you're going to get competition, right? We're talking of women from here in the States saturated with the game of whatever it is that they get conditioned with here. A third chick is going to bring someone that's probably going to initiate that cycle of semi that what is it? What, you know, when they all get on the same cycle? Y'all been, you know, saying in a place with chicks, and they all eventually get on the same cycle with whatever, right? This chick is going. The third chick is going to be able to initiate that, and at least one of the three is going to be on your program a little bit more closer than the others, and that effect is going to have as well. Now we're talking with no deception, none of them not knowing who they are, right? And also being attached to one who is, you know, capable of understanding their force multiplication roles. They understand their roles. You understand their roles. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about as far as it goes. If we're going to be talking marriage, let's talk about it in a practical sense, not just in the sense of to where, all right, this is what I bring to the table, this is what you bring to the table. No, wait a minute. What's going to be the overall greater yield for us marrying? You know what I mean? Like as if two clans were, you know what I'm saying, trying to see what a greater benefit could be, as opposed to just running this American system of, all right, well, you know, you go to high school, you know what I'm saying, go to college, get married. Some people get married outside of high school, raise a family, you know what I'm saying, house, car, you know what I'm saying, kids, pension, and all that old shit. All that is dying. The way that America is moving forward right now, all that is dying off. So you're going to have to, you know what I'm saying, get cool with creating your own perspective through the agency of understanding what it means to operate your reality. Yes, within America, but not by motherfucking America standards. You know what I'm saying? As I guess, you know, the Amish, what do you say, the Amish or whatever? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think they operate more whitely than they do, you know what I'm saying, Americanly. But that's what permits them to operate. It's that tribalistic factor that everyone tends to marginalize.
Have you seen the Mormon cartoon on how the you know, their little history cartoon?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And how they talked about how the Negro was cursed.
Yeah, actually a white man, but you was cursed with dark skin.
And yeah, man.
Yeah. Saw that bullshit.
The Mormon Jesus.
Yeah.
No, but we we have a lot of work to do, and I don't know if we have any time left. That's the problem that we're facing as a people.
How are you measuring time? By what unit?
The way the society is running and how things are changing.
Right.
You know, the changing of the guard. We're going into the age of Aquarius. You know, because that was our state. I mean, the way that the sister was speaking, that's hella old school.
Yeah.
And them days are pretty much over now. You know, like usually they throw the church in front of you, you take your hat off and say, yeah, I was doing kind of wrong. Now they like, you know, back then, you know how it is? Back then they kind of felt a little certain way, but now it's like, so, you know, Jesus don't approve of you doing whatever. They're like, so they put their headset back on and keep walking.
Yeah.
You know, they don't, you just can't throw the whole scripture thing anymore out there. Because people, you know, I guess we all considered people from Missouri now. You got to show me something.
Mm.
And so far, a lot of people have just been seeing nothing but negative stuff based on how things were done in the past. So,
but as they were doing what they did in the past, they thought they were believing. Do you think they believed they were moving on what was right, or was it more just for what they wanted to see created?
I think there were some things that were done in the past that were good, but the problem is it hasn't been publicized enough. So usually the stuff that's been done in the past that's bad, that's what you see on TV. Matter of fact, it makes good TV. especially either from the church or from from your third husband. I almost died. I did 10 bodies, blah blah blah. But now all of a sudden, I woke up, I found Christ, and I went to school, got my degree, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And women go all wet hearing the story. And it's like, why can't you just be a normal person? But guess what? What's normal? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the thing is, when it comes to this society, this is why I consistently paint the society as being the overall culprit, because people are running programming, and that is what's taking them away from paying attention to mending the essential social fabrics that how they need to be for those community bonds, and also for that personal inner worth. The worth is being beset by the system, and not by the people themselves. And if the system is largely being operated through, private sector, all right, we're talking drones. We're talking people being made into actual drones. We're talking body snatchers, right? We're talking zombies and not the flesh-eating zombies. We're talking Vodun style.
I mean, think about this, man. And I know we've been talking about this for years, but look at what hip hop has to offer for female representation. And we got little 4-year-olds reciting their lyrics.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, we ain't got much time left.
Nah, I think that's the sign of the end right there.
Yeah, so it's like
4-year-olds.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
man, and this on average, man. This ain't no little pockets. This is on average. I'm hearing, because I teach in the hood, and I just listen what they're saying, and and I ask questions. I feel like 2020 or whatever, or 60 Minutes. So I'm just asking questions, and I don't think they're lying. So yeah, their little sisters rap the same stuff that they listen to.
Yep.
I'm like, do your parents allow the whole family listen to this stuff? Yeah, even after church. I'm like, God damn.
Look, I've seen. Shout out to Absalom Pianki. He inserted a video. He was talking about Sexy Red, and then there was a video of a brother holding his son. His son was about maybe like 2. And he's telling the son, "Yep, son, I want you to stay away from these, And like, what the hell he talking about? And there's this little, I don't know if you can call her a toddler. She's younger than a toddler, mouthing the words of the Sexy Red song and doing the facial mannerisms and all this. She ain't even barely maybe 2, probably can't even walk. Having that kind of effect on the future.
Yeah, this is where we at, man. So where is that cooperation that we keep talking about?
You ain't getting no fucking cooperation. You ain't getting shit. Look, it's Old Town now, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Sin City.
Man.
Shit. Approach with caution for real.
Yeah, I mean that was the problem with women going into hip hop in the first place. Hip hop is a man's game.
Facts.
It is the epitome of masculine expression.
That's why you grab your nuts when you rocking the motherfucking nut.
It always have been. You had a few sisters that did their thing, sequence and all there, but for the most part, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I blame the decline of streams and sales of hip hop music on this current crop of female artists. Now, we've always had female artists in hip hop, but like this current crop of female rappers, there's a few of them. We've had a lot of this like new city girl type of shit, right?
Yeah,
and it's kind of degrading the quality of the actual genre, right? Again, you guys said it. You said this has always been a form of male expression, and women had R&B. Now with the I mean, R&B is kind of dead if you think about it. Like, how much R&B do we get now? So The girls have come to hip hop. They've kind of abandoned like the love songs and shit. And they want to be rappers too, right? So now you got all these girl rappers, but they're turning hip hop into the WNBA. You know, and it's fucking failing.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I mean, that's my opinion on why is the surgence of these types, because it's not female rappers, period. I'm talking about this current crop. This type of female rapper is what's degrading hip hop music. Nobody wants to hear this stuff. Not even a lot of the girls don't even want to hear it. I come across
Yeah,
a
they
lot
listen
of
to
women
old
that
stuff.
don't like this music.
Okay, but wait a
Yeah,
minute.
a
How,
lot-
how
lot-
how were they supposed to reel in their hoism though? If this is the issue, and this what women ain't being honest with. If you a hoe, you know you a hoe, right?
Well,
You know
how
what
did
I'm
they
saying?
do it? The question, because you're old enough to remember, how did they do it when they had MC Light, Salt and Pepper, Latifah? How did they do that then? The whole hoism thing.
Because we respected skill first and foremost. Because that's when we were operating our art. That's when everybody was attempting to be a part of it, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, trying to stake some supplanting position within it, right? It was still under our morals. So skills is what got you in.
Right.
So and to deny anybody's skill, you didn't do. You know what I'm saying? That's why MC Search, you know what I'm saying, was able to, still to this day, able to get the respect that he get. But
Right.
not, you know what I'm saying, but not old boy. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Right,
it was all a skill thing. And the industry at the time, they were rocking with however new it was to the crowd they were trying to reach, to the demographic. Now they already understand the demographic. And
Well, they manufactured now.
Right.
It's a factory.
Right.
It's not really
Right, but it's like
grassroots.
everything else that they finally get a full 100% understanding of. They put it through that same measure. And if you hear it now, if you listen to like top 40, every song is like a mixture of some country trap. They're gonna have some goofy every song, right? It might have a little bit of Rihanna type of pop style in it, something from I don't know, Drake or something like that. It's a hodgepodge, and it's gonna come off as a hodgepodge because they own it now. And as far as it goes with how we dive into it, we don't do it culturally no more. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I don't know if y'all were into Bobby Hemmett, but
Yeah, I
you
remember
know,
Bobby Hemmett.
people, you know
How he
how we gotta
doing? Hope he
listen.
doing well.
I haven't heard much about him lately, but I just remember you had to listen to 6 hours of stuff to get 20 minutes worth of gems, you know, right? And you got to hear that twang voice, right? But the part that resonate
about
with me, yeah, he go in. He made me understand more about that whole Luciferian Satanarian thing. That's another story.
Yeah.
But the thing is that he touched on, and this was years ago. He said the industry will dumb down R&B, soul, and hip hop so they can merge up the non-black people. So you're gonna have black people that are somewhat that's supposed to be the wards of it. They're gonna sound like the worst. The quality is gonna be bad, but usually you're gonna have a white person, Asian, Latino, whoever else is gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. Get all the awards, all kinds. He said that like in the 90s.
Yep. And it happened.
So
Just
and
like
look, we live Bruno Mars and all these other people, Cardi B. So the thing is, okay, it's happening. What is there something we can do about it, or we just let it go?
What we can do about it, we don't want to do about it. The thing is, we have to force ourselves to make the context of the Chitlin circuit enough for us. If we would have did that, then we could have built our own universe. You know how people start building their own comic universe? Oh, I can't participate in the Marvel and all this shit. Okay, you build your own universe. That's how it goes, especially if you're going to be rocking within the nature of how this market is set up with any product. So, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? If your small spoils aren't more enriching to you than the gargantuan fake spoils, shiny spoils of you know what I'm saying of the majors, then you know it is what it is. You got to understand what it is that you're trading. You're trading your culture. What is culture to black people? Is culture to black people a part of themselves? Is it themselves?
This is what I observed, and it kind of goes into the whole hip hop. What is it? How they try to do the whole Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans and the hip hop argument.
Yeah.
And I kind of expand it all the way to soul and funk music too, because that for some reason they don't want to talk about that part.
It's connected.
A lot of Latinos have way more interaction with soul and funk music than they did hip hop, but they don't want to talk about the soul and funk music. I don't understand why. But the part that we don't tap into that shuts everybody else up in this genre is the black church. You can't fuse anything from how we did things in the black church. I don't care if it's Aretha Franklin. I don't care if it's Ray Charles. Hell, Maurice White from Earth, Wind and Fire.
Right.
He has church background.
Right.
All these people, hell, Prince to an extent.
Yeah.
All these things right here, when you throw the black church in there, people scatter.
Right.
Right now, we took that out of the conversation. It seems like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a Christian, but the thing is, you cannot deny the mastery of the voice, the creativity, the expression,
right?
The spirit in the song. Those right there, nobody else can touch.
Right.
Oh. And that's where I think, because you got me thinking when you were talking about how people can move forward or can fight but don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
They're running away from the grassroots that put us on the map.
Right.
Hell, George Clinton, church background. Sly and the Family Stone, church background. They came out to some more crazy stuff later on with all the drugs and all that.
Right.
But those roots are there. And I think the industry knew that. They knew that if you take them kids away from that foundation, they can have their way with them. Matter of fact, it sounds like some of these kids hate the roots, while everybody else around the world love Come Function. They love Lakeside.
Yeah.
They love all these other stuff.
Yeah.
That's why if you know this man, I killed this mosquito. If you know this man, you when you see people like really paying homage to our great pioneers,
it's always British.
Usually they're exactly. They're not black people.
Yep.
That's where we're hurting, man. We're hurting. And hip hop, I think that's probably the lowest hanging fruit, is because we let everybody in. Come on in. We let everybody in, dude. You remember, I think it was Breaking 2.
Yeah.
Did you see when they were breakdancing some food, pull out some nunchucks? Y'all need to check that out.
I remember that.
I'm like, because Keep It 100 from New York, they weren't doing a shit like that over there. Not during the days when they count. No.
Right.
But when Hollywood got a hold of it,
Okay, but wait a minute. That's the power of black people, though. But see, this is the ill part. We don't want to acknowledge that we actually have such a polarizing effect. And if that is the case, then we need to reassess our worth. Reassess how we assess our worth. You know what I'm saying? Is that if you got that shine like that, you can't help the world for being blinded. But then if they can, step through the illumination and see what the source is, and then they see that, at the source, I ain't even paying no attention to it. If they yoink it, they yoink it, man. It's, it ain't up for them to make us precious enough in their head to respect us at the level where we need them to. And our culture.
You heard what I said earlier about how, I always say how black. I'm echoing. I guess it's my phone, but I can't fault too much of the people that's trying to hijack the culture, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I think I said, you let them in the house, You let them put their feet on the coffee table.
Mm-hmm.
You gave them the keys and you walked out the door. And then you're going to come back and complain how the house looks.
Yeah.
But you gave them the keys, so you're not even protecting what you work hard for. So, I mean, what can you say when you pretty much weren't really, protecting the home front?
But if you wasn't connected to your work, you were just working. That the thing is, the church come out of the slave model, the plantation model, right? For us. So, okay, how were we valuing that connection? Or were we just surviving? And in that survival, partaking, habitually of practices that became disciplines. Unbeknownst to ourselves, right? And then, came the opportunity for, the greater society to partake of it. It's easy to lose who you are if you never really gave yourself who you was in the beginning. Yeah, that don't mean that you wasn't talented. That doesn't mean that you weren't even maybe a fucking genius at what it was you were doing. You were still empty of you.
But I mean, speaking of empty, go ahead, fam.
But the thing is, an offering of you, in the same sense. So,
keep it 100. You were going to say something?
No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I'm still here.
Okay. Only
thing, real quick, only thing I'll say regarding the hip hop topic is I don't hold rap artists, people that create this music responsible to, for who hears their music. I mean, the same way you don't let your children watch certain films, you should not let your kids listen to certain music. I mean, the same way they can get their hands or their ears in front of hip hop music, they can get their ears and eyes in front of porn, and nobody's holding porn companies liable or accountable for kids seeing porn. So that's all I have to say about that. But I mean, everything else that I feel about the music that's being put out now by this current group of female artists, that those opinions remain the same.
I hear you.
That's a great point on porn.
Yeah. I should tell them about my story when I briefly worked for a porn what do you call it? A porn company where I was able to do designs for the cover.
Okay.
That's when I first did the Wacom tablet.
You had to do some special photography, did you, sir?
No, I didn't do no photography. They already did the photography.
Okay,
I had to make the designs for the cover with the lettering and everything. So
yeah. I've done those before.
So, but somebody talked me out of staying there. This was in Santa Monica. So they were like, "Hey, man, and he sounded like a BGS too. Imagine that. He was like, "Hey, man," he said, "I know you want to, make yourself known and your presence well known and whatever, but you don't want to have the reputation of have your name attached to that kind of industry when you're trying to do stuff for Disney, Warner Brothers, and stuff like that." And I was like,
invested in those companies and shit. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, we were talking about the 90s.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I just left it alone. But I was asking these women stupid questions because, I don't know if y'all heard of the lady Devonshire and all these other names. They had these, porn chicks back then. I don't know about now, but back then they had these crazy names.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm so naive. I'm barely, 19? I'm asking I'm like, is that your real name? She like, what do you think? All this kind of stuff. I was like, oh, okay. But anyhow.
How titties look? Shit, she in porn.
Yeah, I was able to draw. I'm telling you, because Wacom tablets look ugly back then. Them little look like a frisbee, damn near, like a square frisbee. But I was able to do some good work with that stuff. And matter of fact, they let me my last day. They let me have that tablet with a nice little check.
Already.
Oh yeah, that was because I came from Cal Arts. That's Walt Disney School. Anyhow, I didn't want to take it too far off the subject.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm hearing you guys talk, and what I'm hearing is that we got a lot of life experience going on, and when we're in these spaces, a lot of these people think that just because we're black men and we're giving safe advice to black men that are younger than us, that we're somehow losers that are doing these broadcasts and talking from behind a laptop in our mom's basement. And that is a hugely childish misconception. And it's mostly pushed by these feminists, this sisterhood, and these simps. So what I need for these simps to stop doing is moisten up the place, because what y'all gonna start doing is shorting out smartphones and laptops, and motherfuckers you gonna start costing motherfuckers money because you niggas are moist as fuck. So alright, but listen up. It's time to wind this down. I gotta get some rest. So
You sound like Wolfman Jack, man.
Baby, Wolfman Jack coming in.
Hey, boys and girls. Hot 20. All you cats out there in the trucking business. Tell them Larry sent you. No, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, but definitely Wednesday night, check out Marcus's channel, Keep It 100. It's gonna be Let's Talk SBE 2, and I will definitely do my best to be there. So final statements, fellas, before we check out this piece.
Have a hot toddy and a good night. Holla at y'all, man. Appreciate the sharpening on this.
Man, chew some garlic.
Already.
Thanks for the advice, fellas. And yeah, I got some fresh garlic in the kitchen, so
Yeah,
I might
chew it
do
before
that.
you go to bed. Don't chew it during the day, but chew it before you go to bed, and you'll feel it'll be a big difference in the next day.
So I'm making a steak in the background. I don't know if you hear that sizzling, but all I got to say to brothers is, yeah, shout out to everybody on the panel, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you want to get married, get married. I ain't flaming or making fun of or shaming anyone for wanting to have a relationship. That is not what the manosphere is here for. We just here to give you guidance on the way to do it with the least amount of damage to yourself. That's it. That's it. No, we ain't here to call you simp or none of that shit. Now, if you simping, we'll call you simp. But wanting a relationship does not a simp make, right? At least that's coming from me. And clip it, run with it, whatever. Now, aside from that, shout out to Sister George, Concrete Rose. Y'all had a nice little interesting topic going on. It has caused quite a stir in the space, which is the point. Which is the point. Do your motherfucking thing, man. But this Wednesday, it's going down. So make sure your ass is there. Make sure your ass is there. We're gonna be saying some things, and that's pretty much it, man. Again, proceed with caution. Be safe, gentlemen. That's all I gotta say. 100. Peace out.
Peace, pal. Oh yeah, so the marriage thing. So we got the married brothers on the panel here. I guess the married Gen Xers. And by the way, most Gen Xers be on their second and third marriage. So just keep that one on the real. But I appreciate the sisters for doing the panel. At least have that discussion, and hopefully something good came out of it as far as people seeing it from a different way and different perspectives. And that's about it, y'all. Like brother, is it Mark? Yeah, brother Marcus said, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, keep it pushing. But at the same time, everything has risk. So it depends on what you want and how much you're willing to work hard for, because it takes work. It ain't easy. It's fun when you do it right. You pick the right situation. But the way this society is, I understand why people have hesitations. So, and that's about it, man. So again, get some vitamin C powder too. You need that. I don't know how if you can get that anywhere because you're in Alabama. Probably Walmart because you're in
I'm in,
Montgomery, right?
well, I'm from Montgomery, but I'm in Georgia.
Oh yeah, they got them over there. Shit.
Okay.
I think Wild Oats.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they got it over there.
Yeah, I have to get me some of that, and I'll let you know how it turns out.
Yeah, you put that in everything you drink. Vitamin C powder. You can't go wrong. But anyhow, we'll let you get out of here, man. I gotta finish the rest of this stuff here anyway.
Well, you burn that midnight oil, don't you?
Yeah, man. If I'm not prepared, man, they have me for breakfast tomorrow, so I gotta have all my lessons done.
Word. But thank you, fellas, for coming through once again and offering your perspective. And I value that because it comes from black men, and I'm just like I said, I'm married, but I'm not gonna tell guys to walk the plank. If it's a if it's a bad deal, it's a bad deal. You do what's best for you. But I always encourage brothers to become the best versions of themselves, no matter what, whether they're married or not. So, you as a individual, you do what you feel is best for you, because that's what we are doing with ourselves right now. We are doing what is best for us, and I'm not going to be long winded with this because it's like I said, it kind of hurts to talk right now. So I'm just going to leave it at this. Thank you for tuning in once again. Thank you for your support in the super chats. And also, shout out to the replay gang who's not watching this in real time. And Angela C, I see you down there. Appreciate that. So, once again, long live the habitual line steppers and Kev we trust. And just remember this: when you don't give up, you will definitely win. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace out. Peace out.